She's fine. All she got to do is just say hi. Hell, you can't be that goddamn shy.
You put her on the spot, B.
Because I said
behind
hi.
the scenes.
All she got to do is say, "Hey, B." That's all you got to say. Lord, I swear, people act brand new. Goddamn. Ro, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Gunny, how are you, sir?
Fantastic.
Awesome. Asia, how are you?
I'm not sure how Asia is, but Love is doing well.
Oh, I ain't got time for bullshit. Hey,
Well,
Mr. White.
you ain't talking. Well, let me take back my my conversation from you. Then I'm trying to help you out, but see that's the attitude that sister's
I
ignoring
just
you.
say, oh,
That
hey,
right
Mr.
there is
White,
why sister's ignoring you.
that's fine. Whatever. Hell, your name is. How you doing, Mr. White?
I'm good, my boy. You all right over there?
All right. I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. And Terrence, how are you?
I'm well, sir. How are you?
I'm great. Never better. All right. I done got my haze out the way. All right.
Hilarious.
You done? You good?
Wonderful.
All right, I don't got my buttons tonight, man. So everybody show some love, man. Chief looking like his dog died in the back because he was late. And he had a lot of heat for this subject too. I'm gonna pull his big nose ass up here though. Don't you worry. I got you, Chief. I got you. Sis, what's good?
Hey, what's up? Good evening.
Good evening. Nigga, you ain't never said good evening in your life. Now you want to start trying to be sophisticated? Hey, nigga.
I opened my mouth and I got beat.
Yeah. T was good.
Same old, my boy.
No doubt. Alex, what up?
Hey, Hamp.
How you?
I'm good. How are you?
Whatever. Q, what up?
Rude.
You see the vibes, you know what's going on. Y'all want the hat, y'all want the shirt, hit me up. Cash App, artist QT, $ QT, you already know.
No doubt. When your next show?
Next show is on the 21st. That's going to be on a Sunday, Holyoke, Mass. Follow my page at Comedian Q. And yeah, I'll keep you up to date with all the shows.
No doubt. Where can I get tickets?
I believe you can go. Actually, just come through me, and I'll make sure you get in there.
At Comedian Q Turner, right?
Comedian Q Turner, yeah. That'll be
everything spelled correctly.
Yup. It's exactly what it is on the screen. Is exactly what it is on Facebook. Is exactly what it is on motherfucking Instagram.
No doubt. Ro, what up?
What's up, everyone?
Ro, I see you got a glow to you and all that.
That's that 43rd glow.
Huh?
That's that 43rd glow.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, I forgot it was your so-called birthday. All right.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yesterday. Yes, thank you guys. I had a good time on this panel last night.
Yeah, man. You got a couple hoes and all that. That's what's up. Gunny was good.
All good. Hey, shout out to Chief. All the big noses representing me in the house. You know what I'm saying? We here.
Chief got a big nose though. It's luck. he got the George Jefferson of noses, man. B was good.
Hello, Hampton. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Why you cracking your finger? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, shit, arthritic. Love, what up?
What up? Here, do it all over again. I had so much fun last night. Let's do it part 2.
Indeed, I can dig it. Mr. White was shaking.
Yo, man, I'm gonna be a father, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Again? Word.
Congrats,
Congratulations, Adrian.
Oh, congratulations.
An inside joke.
Yo, why you do money like that, man?
Congratulations,
Oh,
Adrian.
man. That's cold.
I just want to champion any old thing. Nigga got 7 fucking kids. Why? What the hell? What are y'all congratulating him about?
Trying to catch up to you.
For having 8 kids, y'all congratulating him for that?
It just was 7, but okay.
Did
the
y'all?
power still works.
Yo, that's fucked up.
He got 9 kids. Do he got 9 kid money?
Wait, 9.
He's gonna be very blessed. Every child is a blessing. He's gonna be very blessed.
Who told you that, bro?
Jesus.
Jesus never said that about no goddamn kid.
Damn, I got a question for you.
They all his. I mean,
So they say the numbers don't lie, right? So is that
Mm.
statistics? Because them numbers kept moving. He went from 7 kids to 9 to what's going on?
As I was looking at him in the back queue, I started to hate him more and more. So I just added to it as I was going.
You in timeout?
Yo, I hate that nigga, man. His kid, bro. Oh my god, man.
Yo, this dude is hilarious, man.
All right, hey, just stay back there and think about your act. Yeah, you in timeout. Face the wall, nigga. Big nose ass. All right, man. We here, man. The night is the night. Love, what is the topic? Man, niggas get
The
nervous.
vetting process.
Okay.
Tonight's topic is the vetting process.
The vetting process. So I propose a couple topics. I feel like I might have said this, but I was kind of wavering on it. And then Q put a couple questions that kind of got me inspired. I talked to Asia, Chief. I don't think Alex had much input on this, but what else is new?
Watch yourself.
But I think this is gonna be a good one, man, for sure. For sure. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Go ahead, Q.
You're
Oh, I thought you were about to say something.
no.
All the links in the description. We got merch. We got the podcast. Please subscribe to the podcast on Apple, Anchor, and Spotify. You feel me? All right. I decided to start with a video. And I'm going to start with the question that Q actually proposed. I hope this video brings... I hope the sentiment of this video kind of aligns with it, Q. We're going to see, all right? You see my screen yet?
Not yet.
No?
Yes.
Most Black women are overweight or obese. Well, you know why? Because you can't afford a gym membership for them. And they would rather eat than be with a broke man. They would rather sit down and prepare a meal for their kids and their family and eat and get fat because y'all aren't worth being skinny for. What we gonna be looking good and snatched for? To go get some coffee? Oh, I got to go to the gym. I might get invited out for some coffee tomorrow. Let me go get my brows back so I can get this coffee. Ooh, girl, I can't. I'm fasting, girl. I'm going to Applebee's tomorrow. What do we have to be skinny for? Y'all ain't taking us nowhere where we got to fit into something to look extra good. Y'all ain't taking us to no fundraiser. We ain't going to no gal. Y'all ain't getting no private jet or something. Y'all ain't surprising us with plane tickets nowhere where we got to be snatched. Y'all trying to take us to Applebee's into your mama house.
That clip comes from YouTuber Shira7.
So she like, what the hell we going to the gym for? Kind of similar to what Sis said yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. She like, y'all can't afford to get us a gym membership. How much a gym is? $20, right?
Back in 1987, yeah. But not nowadays. It's not $20. But that's not
it's $10.
That's not the point, though. I mean, health is wealth. And so I just think, honestly, that has to be clickbait. That has to be just for controversial views. Because there's no way in the world that she really thinks there's no point in being healthy. And if she's only being healthy...
She was addressing that because there was a comment that's saying that Black women were overweight. And she's like, what the hell we getting in the gym for? Y'all can't afford us anyway.
It's ridiculous. You get healthy for yourself, not for somebody else. Like you should want to be healthy to have a better quality of life for you, not for a man or a woman, if that's what you want. But you shouldn't, for likes and for jets, rides, and Applebee's or dinners or expensive dinners at Morton's or whatever, should not be the reason why you're going to the gym and taking care of yourself. Your health should be because you want to be healthy, not have diabetes and high blood pressure, and be able to walk up a flight of steps without getting winded.
Question B. When cats are in the gym, are they doing that for the ladies? Brian.
B.
Oh, sorry. My internet was acting up. I'm sorry, my internet was acting up. Oh, I'm in the country, y'all. Y'all know we ain't got
No,
good
all right.
service in the
Yeah,
country.
we could tell by the wall behind you in the country. Now, B, do cats go for
I
go
can't
for the,
hear.
Yeah.
fix your internet? Chief, do you think ladies are one of the top 2 reasons a single man goes to the gym?
Absolutely.
Hey, B, fix your internet.
You
Go
said
out.
you said top 2. Absolutely. He want to look good for him. He want to feel good and be healthy, as Love said, and he want to look good for the ladies. He want to look good butt naked when he's swinging that thing. That's what he said.
Yeah, and so and I asked that question because I think its primary reason is for the other sex. If you're single, Love.
So do you stop going when you're married? I don't think so.
No.
Well, I know it was rhetorical. I know you don't. That was rhetorical.
Okay.
Well, let me ask a question though. I like Ratonda's. No, let me ask Alex. Alex, do people tend to relax when they get in relationships and get married?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think people feel like they love me, and love can make you blind to a lot of things. Being in a relationship, you can't get comfortable. But I think, if anything, when you're in a relationship, that's when you have to work harder. Because there's always someone younger, more in shape than what you are. You should always want to still be, in my opinion, a looker.
Attractive. But you agree with this sentiment, right? People say that's that happy weight, baby weight, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
Diabetes still exists though after you get married, and so does high blood pressure still exists after
sure.
you get married in
I
relationships.
think with 50% of us being overweight, so Q, I'm gonna ask you, that's a real stat, Q. 50% of so-called Black Americans are overweight. Do we give a shit about diabetes? Like, what inspires us if it ain't the other gender or the gender you like?
Yeah, no, I don't think that there's anything, excuse me, that inspires us. As far as like, listening to this lady's video and shit, she's like, well, why would I go to the gym? She obviously wants to be kept. She obviously wants a certain lifestyle. And the unfortunate thing is, I think with social media, yes, but with society's norms now, everybody wants to be a fucking Kardashian or a housewife. And then if you look at most of them, they're not even putting in the gym work. They're just getting their body redone altogether just to maintain a certain lifestyle. So I think it's very ignorant in that she was kind of implying, well, we don't want to get dressed up to go to Applebee's. Well, if you do want to go to a high quality restaurant, it should be because the food is better. So going back to that whole health conversation, when you're eating real food, you have less bloat, you are hungry less. But if you go to a place a little bit more low budget, yeah, that food probably gonna stick to you differently. But she didn't come at that angle. She was just like, "Oh, we don't want to get dressed up to go to no Applebee's or to get coffee." Like,
And I think there's some sarcasm in what she's saying, but I think she kind of believe that shit too. T, something that Q said I want to ask you. Look at his internet. Good God Almighty. Terrence.
Put him in the bathroom. Get him out of here.
Terrence, question. Do we care how she got there as long as it looks good? So what if she processed the fat off with a knife or whatever the case is, and got rid of the collard green arms and got a fat ass out of nowhere? Do we care how she got it as long as she got there, or what?
Nah, because we as men we're more attracted to what's the eye and not.
Fuck me.
Put him in the bathroom. Get him out of here.
I wish they kicked South Carolina in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, man. That's what both of them niggas is, man. Hey, shout out to Do Better Podcast, my man Coop with the $10 super chat. Oh, so super sticker, man. Everybody show some love. Hey, now y'all gonna have to Coop is also that did the he reviewed the podcast when y'all was getting your ass. I mean, when y'all was on with Chaotic.
Hey, this might be risky. Can I ask a question? No, for real. Yo, hey, Alex.
This question answered. So, is it going to spark more debate, or is it you think it might come up later, or is it specifically on what that field was?
It was kind of what Alex was saying about people getting comfortable in relationships. Do either of you feel comfortable, or does it get to a point where you're comfortable enough to tell your partner like, yo, you put on one too many, or do y'all just be like, I love him, leave him like it is?
You know what is so funny? This is really fucked up. My husband, part-time, he's a boot camp trainer. Yeah. Before he was doing that, he was going to oh my gosh, I forgot what it's called, but they do like this crazy powerlifting and stuff there. And I was just like, I'm not trying to be rude, but what are your goals? He said, what are you saying? I said, like, you're there. I see you eating like crap. I said, but you still like you look big, like you look bigger. Like, is that the goal? And then after that, he was just like, you know what, like that hurt Come on.
Oh my gosh.
That's cute sound effect to let her land. This is crazy.
Come on, go, Alex.
So he was going to CrossFit and he was there for a while and he was just so proud. And I was just like, yo, but I don't see any results. Like, why are you going? So that was a real conversation. And then when I put on my weight too, we had to have a talk too. And I was just like, I appreciate that. But he said, I didn't want to say anything. I said, no, let me know if I'm looking big, please. Tell me. But everybody doesn't have that relationship.
You're taking the role.
And so to answer your question, I think you asked me, Alex. So to answer your question, Chief, absolutely. To be in a relationship is to be honest with one another. And to love one another. And I love you. And I love you enough to tell you I feel you're going in the wrong direction. So if I'm getting bigger or a little plump, let me know. I'm giving my man permission to say that to me.
What's crazy?
Huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Because I give permission to speak truth to power, right? And even if it's uncomfortable, please let's have that conversation. Either way, you could be doing a little bit better. You were once this way before. I don't want you to fall off because
So if I say you're getting fat, would you like that?
No.
I mean, there's a way you can say it, Gunny. Like you don't have to be so crass with it, right? No. And so there's a way you can tell. Now, if that's how you and your partner talk and sit there and say you're getting fat as hell, go for it. But I don't want to be talked to that way.
How would you like for me to tell you that you're gaining a little too much weight, and I'm not sexually attracted to the fact that you've gained a certain amount of pounds? How would you like for me to say that to you?
I mean, that would be for me, my man, to have that conversation.
So,
I want you to try to give advice to people that don't have a man.
I just said as an example.
Let me jump in because y'all kind of just went a little bit. So I want to keep it flowing a little bit better. All right. So one, I think Gunny is hitting on it. It is a double standard about this weight thing. Ladies, what do you guys think about that? Yes, Ro? Yes or no?
I agree. So it goes back to what I said a couple weeks ago.
Go ahead.
As Gunny pointed out, you would tell your man that he's not fulfilling you. You would say that to him. I can't talk to my man that way because he's going to feel some type of way. But if I say, you put on a few pounds or you're not working out anymore, he might take it like because most men are about their aesthetics and they want to look a certain way, he might go to the gym. Now, if he tells me, babe, you looking kind of fat, like what's going on? I might be like, what do you mean? I've been this way since we've been together. What do you mean? Or if I've gained weight and he says it a certain way, then I might take it the wrong way, depending on the female.
Ro, you was right there though, Ro. You was right there. The subject matter makes a difference. Yeah. For a man, if you tell him he not putting it down, that's gonna hurt. The same as if you tell a woman she overweight.
Exactly.
You see, right? And I think because I feel like you was about to say it, but I feel like you went another way with it.
No. I agree. That's exactly what I was saying. If a woman, if I'm told that I'm fat and he's saying it in a certain way,
that I can't grasp, because I'm gonna take it personal, because I'm thinking men worry about their aesthetic on their women. I might take that personal. I'll be like, what you mean? Just like if I tell him you ain't put it down last night, or you haven't been putting it down lately, he's gonna take it a certain way.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said. Well, Alex, one point, Alex. Do you understand powerlifting?
Yes, I do.
So when he's bulking, why did you ask him what his goal was if he was powerlifting?
So let me backtrack to this. He was going through, I don't want to say a phase, but like he's naturally built. Like we have been out and people have asked him, like, yo, do you play? Do you do this and the third? But to me, it didn't look, he looked one way in his shirt, but when it's off, it looked very different. So for me, when I did a couple of the classes, I was just like, with CrossFit, shouldn't you be a little bit more cut up? Like there's bulking, but there's also like you look solid. And that wasn't necessarily what I was seeing at the time. But to Rose's point, there's a way to have that conversation. It's not saying to them, Gunna, yo, you look mad nasty, you look this way. There's a way to have the conversation. For me, like when I was putting on my weight, and because I'm very, very body conscious, I want you to tell me. Like me personally, I need you to tell me. But there's also a way. And for him, like earlier today, I was laying on the couch. And he was just like, yo, you didn't really work out this week. Like, what's going on? Are you okay? And I was just like, you know what, you right. Let me get up. Let me go. He'll be like, we have goals. We have this. So I never feel like he's personally attacking me. It's more of he knows what my insecurities are. So he's more encouraging in that sense. But I don't think people are going, of course, I'm going to feel so many if you've been like, you fat.
Yeah.
Fat. Like, what are you doing? I would never accept that.
I understand that. I did want to bring up one point, though.
Hold on.
Just real quick.
Let me get Q. Go ahead, Q.
I was just gonna say, I think that what the overall summary is that women are more body shaming sensitive, and it equates to the ego that men have when it comes to having sex. Like that's how I see that. You know what I mean? So it's like you could say, well, say it to me nicely, but because of that sensitivity level that women have when it comes to body shaming, that may not go over well. The same way that there's gonna be that high level of sensitivity with telling a man he didn't really put it down. Yeah. The conversation can be had, but yeah, that's what I get from that.
Go ahead, Gunny.
Yeah, just based on the video that you played, I think Sis would be an excellent person to ask, because she said the exact same thing last night. So she'd be a great person to ask about the video that you played. She said the exact same thing yesterday. What's the point of losing weight? Sis, do you remember that? When we talked last night?
I do. I remember what I said. I couldn't really hear the video, so I'm piecing it together as you guys speak on the video, honestly. I do feel what she's saying. I don't know what the point is. Like I said, there's some skinny chicks, out here get played like dog, drag through the mud. And it's like, what's the point? Like you see that looks like trauma over there. I'm not going over there again. And then there's on the flip side, there's smaller people who love to talk about exercise and weight loss with a good metabolism. So it's like, it's like, I don't know why certain people speak on the weight stuff when they haven't even really had those challenges. Like, I think you all think it's very easy just to be in shape or athletic, or, it's like that don't come easy for a lot of folks.
I think that's the point. Like it's not easy. It's very difficult. And Hamp said this yesterday. That's an indication of the type of human being that you are. If you're willing to go to the gym, if you're willing to work out, you're willing to put in extra hours. That shows a level of discipline and commitment to yourself, which should come first, to the person that you're trying to attract. So instead of trying to do something for the other person, you're trying to really do it for yourself. And when you're trying to attract someone, the other person can really see that.
So this is why I said beforehand that
I want to get Adrian. Go ahead. Make it quick.
When you are, to Gunny's point, your focus may not be attracting someone. Okay, because as a single parent, you might not have that focus, and you might not be able to be disciplined in that space in that moment. Like I said many times before, you can't have everything at one time because your focus will go into certain spaces where you can't, particularly if you're a high operating type of person. And so that to that point, everybody's focus may not be in that. That doesn't mean that they don't want to date. That doesn't mean they don't want anybody. But in that moment, it may not be where I can focus on myself, where I'm disciplined to work out. I'm more disciplined to get these bills paid and make sure I can provide for my children.
Yeah.
That's the contradiction, but okay.
Yeah, I think a large part of what people misunderstand is that treadmill can be beat by what you eat. So if you eat better, you'd be surprised how much weight falls off. And I think you can control that along with taking care of your kid. Mr. White, narcissistic women, the silent killers, ego-driven women who bait men and try to strip them of everything, including their sanity. Do you need clarity on this statement?
Nah.
What you think about this statement?
I think it's real. I think you see it, a lot. I don't think it's a majority of women though. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what else to say. Like I believe it's true. They out there.
But you think that's not the majority?
Yeah, it's not the majority.
Q.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thought on this statement here?
I think that it definitely is a thing, and I think that it's more common than not. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be to y'all stats like 70 or 80% of women, but it's a large group, and I think it's really not talked about enough and highlighted enough. I think niggas is so niggas lack being privy to it so much that they probably laying next to one right now. Like that's how big it is, in my opinion.
Damn. Okay. Q, can you give us an example of how it may manifest? Maybe you can edify some of the brothers who may not be seeing it.
Yeah. So when we talk about like, oh, men are in abusive relationships emotionally, that you might be with a female narcissist. You know what I mean? Like they move different. I say try even listening to some of the testimony from females who have been with male narcissists. They say women cheat better than men. So imagine how much more evil a female narcissist is compared to a male narcissist. That like, you so looped up, you really probably wouldn't recognize it. But it's definitely a thing, and I think it's more common than not.
Okay. I'm gonna take. Does anybody have a rebuttal for Q on that? About the how much evil a female narcissist can be over a male narcissist? Because the example was women are
In what capacity and what facet? Did you
better
say
at cheating.
cheating? What?
Yeah, well, she gave an example of like, here's an example of what makes a female narcissist worse than a male narcissist. The fact that women brag about women being better at cheating.
I have another example too, if you need that.
Marinate.
Go ahead, Gunny. Give your example.
No.
Another example of female narcissism.
No. I got a bunch of questions. This one just to pop it off. Sis, are you confounded? Because Q put that shit together well.
Am I confounded on what?
Like, share, subscribe to. I can't. Fuck it. Like, share. I'm trying. Y'all see me. I'm trying to be nice. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Now, here's my concern, Alex. Sis is gonna answer this question 4 questions from now. That's what I hate about her.
You gotta process. You gotta process.
All right.
I think a woman.
Nah, you good. You good. Don't worry about it. Listen, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. All right. Here's my favorite question of the night. I hope y'all don't fuck this up. All right. Okay. Have you vetted how you wait? Damn. fuck this one up already. Damn, Asia, help me out. Have you vetted how you do? Have you vetted how you would deal with the qualities you say you want in your significant other? Like, how will you deal with those qualities? So, and as an example, men say they want beautiful women, but do you know how to deal with what comes with said women? Asia, can you expound for the man example?
To go along with that question, the example would be, you have a woman who is considered gorgeous and by a lot of men. And how do you deal with that when she gets a lot of attention, extra attention, and you're out and about and you don't, a lot of men are disrespectful nowadays. How do you handle that? Do you let her handle it?
When it comes to fruition, right? In
Yeah.
real time when the bullets start flying.
Yeah.
For women, y'all answer this too. You say you want a hard working motherfucker, don't you? Y'all always say that, right? And then what y'all say when y'all get a hard working motherfucker? He ain't never home. He don't got time for me. Blah blah blah. Put him in a fucking bathroom, right? But you want all this stuff. But when he get to working hard, your mouth start to running in a different direction. So have you vetted how you gonna deal with these so-called qualities you think you want? Man, it's a hell of a question, boy. Let me see. Who this fucking Terrence?
God dang it! I knew you was gonna ask me first. Damn.
I got some substitute.
That was a thought. That's a thought provoker.
About it.
Yeah, give me a minute. I might need.
Get him out of here, man. I can't take it. And Q, don't say nothing. I know it's your cousin. Chief.
Yes, sir.
We say we want the beautiful woman. And Terrence, be back there thinking about it. They're gonna start playing video games. I know you. Chief.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful woman. We say we want it. But all the shit that come with it, have we really dug deep and said, yo, I'm ready to deal with this?
Am I speaking on behalf of myself or we as a man?
I think it'd be better for you, and then you can speak for niggas if you want.
All right, so I think we talked about this in the last, a couple episodes when we were talking about the whole IG thing, and like me being worried about, dudes and my girls DM and yada yada yada. Like nobody wants to be with the ugly girl. So if I find her attractive, I'm gonna naturally I would think other people find her attractive, and I expect her to be hit on. I did. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a matter of confidence in myself and trust in her. So I don't think, like a lot of dudes, a lot of dudes, when they get the super bad one in the room, they're unfamiliar with that and don't know how to respond to it. So now once they get her and they see other dudes giving her all the attention, it's like they feel like it's a threat. Bro, she chose you. Chillax for a minute and be cool with it. So I think if dudes sit in a more confident space and then the women hold it down, then you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Ask Abe with the $5 super chat. Weak men have narcissistic women.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask a question. Adrian. So you're chick in the club, right? You with her. You go to the bathroom. Nigga in her all in her mouth talking. You let her handle that?
Nah.
Can you expound on the nah?
Nah, he probably gonna get mushed or something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't certain things you can't help, man. Right?
So,
in a perfect world, yeah, you handle it. So by the time I come out, the conversation is not even happening. You know what I'm saying? That should definitely be shut down. Boom, boom, boom. Because knowing me, yeah, I probably just walk in front of him, push him out the way, and just talk. Hey, you good, babe? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably ain't the best way to handle it. But,
it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
Yeah, it's definitely not. But it's okay, right? And but I do want to say this piece too here about beauty, because another quality that I think men want in a woman that they don't know how to handle is a feminine woman, because it's different, right? We all say it. When I got with my wife, I didn't even know how to. I almost pushed her away because I wasn't used to dealing with a woman in her feminine, and that's why I come from. Oh, I'll just switch it. You can't just switch it on and off. It took me a while to even know how to speak to her, how to not view her disagreeing with me and not seeing it as an attack. Like all of these different things, because I wasn't used to dealing with a feminine woman. It's crazy.
Great point.
I would be and it's like, yo, you don't even got to do all of that in this situation no more.
She gonna listen the first time.
She gonna listen the first time, and even when she's asking questions and stuff, it's literally to gain understanding. It's not questioning me. It's not trying to trap me. It's not doing none of those things. It's literally to understand.
Great point.
Yeah, I think you're right, but that's less fun to talk about.
So the question is, was it that you needed to?
Hold on. I got a plan in my head. So B, I noticed you made a slap thing when Mr. White said what he said. So I guess you was gonna slap the shit out of a nigga if he talking to your girl in the middle of the club.
I was squatting a mosquito.
Oh,
like in real life.
So if you see a chick talking to some dude, you coming out the bathroom, you got the most beautiful chick, the thing that you always wanted, but you know men gonna be in her face. How you act? How you gonna act?
In that moment, see, I'm crazy as hell, so I probably would slap him, but I would also have to realize, like Chief said, it ain't the best way to handle it, so I would have to learn self-control. But no, man, I'm just crazy as hell, so I probably would just knock the motherfucker out.
What's the best way to handle it?
For talking to your girl, though? You see a dude talking to his shorty, he deserves to get punched in his face?
But again, I'm crazy. Like, that's just me. I'm crazy.
But dude could have been like, hey, that's B. I know him from the This Might Be Risky podcast. Could you tell I'm a fan? Like, and you gonna knock the nigga out? Like, you don't even know why he was talking to your
shorty. But why would he tell her that? Why would you wait till?
Because you went to the bathroom.
Well, okay, so obviously it doesn't work like that. If you're in the club and then I go to the bathroom, you just don't wait till I go to the bathroom to say that. Then, like,
I mean, I'm just throwing some bullshit out there, B.
I understand, but that ain't the best way to handle it. But but again, I'm just crazy like that. That's just me. And also, too, Ham, I dealt with a narcissistic lady earlier today, but that's another story for another day.
All right, well, maybe we'll have story time at the end. Gunny.
All right, thank you, sir.
It wouldn't bother me if I was at a club or whatever and I saw my lady, somebody was hollering at her or whatever. That's happened before. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times guys they're out on a mission. They're trying to do their thing. I totally understand. It's not a big deal. My woman, she's strong enough. She can handle it. She's gonna set the dude straight. It's kind of, it actually feels good. You know what I'm saying? To know that you have someone on your arm that other men are attracted to, in the same light that a woman will feel some type of way at other women looking at their man. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't bother me at all. It's not a big deal.
So how long do you let this conversation go? I'm interested for you niggas that think like that. How long do you let this conversation go?
Well, I don't have to let it go long at all because she's going to end it. That's just personal experience.
You saying like a minute long conversation?
No, that's too long. Maybe 10 seconds at the most.
Gunny, listen.
That's what I expect.
But this the shit I'm talking about. Because 10 seconds, that's
all it takes.
What is that? 2 football plays? That ain't shit.
That's all it takes, though.
So are you?
Hey, how you doing? What's your name? And then right after that, I'm taken. I have a man. I have this. I have that. Let me buy you a drink. It doesn't take longer than 10 seconds. So after that point, it should be ended right then and there.
So what happens?
And that's my personal experience. What I've experienced. It's not an issue.
What I'm saying is y'all don't believe what y'all saying.
Yeah, y'all niggas ain't that tough. I don't even know y'all cap with it. We're not doing that. Like, your shorty got to be spoken to. Like, it's not like
no, Chief. You ain't running from this. You next. So 8 seconds, nigga. You feel how me and Adrian feel. And B. if you saying she can't have a conversation with less than 9 seconds?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that she can't have a conversation less than 10 seconds. I'm saying from my personal experience, it's not going to last longer than that. There's no reason for a conversation on both sides. There's no reason for a conversation to last longer than that. That hasn't been my personal experience.
I agree.
And that's why I feel confident going to the club or going out with my lady around vultures. And I understand that vultures are there. Wolves are around. They're going to be there.
Okay.
But if we have an understanding, if somebody approaches you, give them a couple seconds and that's it. We already had that understanding before we even walk in there. Anything else, anything other than that is a problem with my lady, not a problem with the dude.
You heard it before. Now, when you get the 30 seconds, what happens then?
I don't know. I can't speak to that.
Gunny like, nigga, my shit in at 10. I don't know that other shit.
Hold on. I can't speak to it, so I don't know.
Hold on.
Be careful with your back pedal. You might trip over something.
So when Love was about to answer a question, though, Gunny was like, "Oh, so you can't answer it for just to give your input, even if it don't apply. So you can't pull that move now, Gunny. Answer the question, baby boy."
Yeah.
So if it did happen, I wouldn't have a problem with the guy. I wouldn't knock the guy out. I wouldn't put him in a chokehold. My problem would be on my lady, and I'd take her hand and we go to the car and we talk about it. My problem is not with the guy. That's whack. That's corny to me. Because if they're out there trying to do their thing, I don't have a problem with them. They don't know if I'm married. And some dudes really don't even give a crap whether I'm married or not, or whether I have someone. My problem is not with them. My problem is with my lady. I'm grabbing my lady's hand. We're going to the car and we're going to talk about it.
All right, exactly. So we're not even saying that you gotta. Now you maybe need to inquire, what gave you the notion where 35 seconds is cool, right? Because then that conversation in the car might go differently. But my point is, we ain't playing that shit. Niggas be talking that shit like, my girl can handle it. No, the fuck she can't. And look, they in the comments talking about ego and insecure. No, ladies, y'all need to understand. This is how niggas really feel. And I'm tired of motherfuckers out here not saying the truth. Nah, Asia, no, don't try to stop me. Look. Hey, how you doing? Takes at least 5 seconds. So what that mean, Chuck? Is that it? 6 seconds your limit? So go ahead, Chief. She having a 2-minute conversation. You good with that?
We're not having a 2-minute conversation. You niggas not about to drag this shit. Like if I see her talking to a dude and I'm walking up and she see me coming, she know it's time about to end. If the shit start looking, if I see, you can see in your lady's face when shit is uncomfortable. Then you got to respond a certain way, but it ain't gonna be. I just I make eye contact with him, grab her hand or something, so he know that what it is, and if he's still on some funny shit, then we gotta, it's a different conversation he and I have to have. But at that, I'm not about to walk up on a nigga and just smack him when he's talking to my girl. You can get bottles bust over your head. Chill out.
That's records.
So what's your limit, Chief? 15 seconds?
There's no limit, bro. It's just it's in the moment. It's a matter of the moment. I'm not about to sit here and be like on my watch, like, okay, shorty, all right, looking at her like doing one of these. Like, I'm not doing that.
Adrian,
you do way too many push-ups to be so soft, B. Chill out.
Wow.
Yo, you know what, Love? I'm tired of talking. You go ahead, ask the ladies about their part, because the guys, I just want people to understand. Most men feel the same way. Like, we ain't playing that shit. Like, point blank, period. We ain't playing that shit. You're not.
Nah, I think it's like so realistic what you're saying, Hamp, and I don't think that it has anything to do with ego or insecurity. Like, I mean, of course, y'all gonna tell me I'm different, right? But that shit don't go over well. That shit does not go over well. Like, if you tell me somebody's like in your DM constantly or whatever the case may be, you just feel like somebody really trying to come at you a certain way. My question is not going to be, well, how are you responding? My question is going to be, do you want me to handle it? If you say no, then, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about, I don't know how to process that to be like, well, let's sit down and discuss it. And no, it's either going to get dealt with right now, like it's outside of your hands, or it's not. Like, and it's the same thing publicly. First of all, when niggas see you come into any spot, they watching you from the door. So if a nigga talking to your girl, that's blatant disrespect. That's not no
That's what I was gonna say.
Let her handle the conversation. Let her take care of it. Them motherfuckers saw y'all walk in there together. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't give a fuck if I go to the bar. Fuck is you in her face for? Like that's
yeah. No. I agree. With you. And I was gonna say the same thing. Like you, that's so disrespectful. They wait till you go to the bathroom and then sit there and say, "Hi, how are you?" They were plotting, and it's probably chumping you up, honestly, because they're like, whatever. Like that's to me, I get angry thinking about that. But I mean,
so what?
But to that point, Gunny, to that point,
you can't.
If he approach her like that, that's a nigga you could wash easily, because that's a coward move. You got that.
So Pete,
but what's the benefit for washing him? That's how. I'm sorry. I just like, grew up a different way. I grew up a different way. I'm from a different part of the world. That's how you get killed. Why is that even worth it?
But it's not. So it's not worth getting killed, right? But do you not have that animal instinct where it's like
certain environments? It is though.
Okay, but you gotta
have that animal instinct. But I also have my number one goal is the preservation of life. So I have to use common sense and use wisdom.
So along this line, though, like let's not miss the fact of what Q is saying. In reality, they see you walk in, and they purposely wait until you walk away, whether it be to the bathroom, to the bar, or you turn your back. Then they want to chirp up your lady. That is disrespectful. I'm not saying wash nobody. I'm not saying punch them in the face. What I'm saying is men have a certain look. I know I got a look. We'll let you know I'm not playing. So, like Adrian said, I'm gonna walk up and look at you. You good? And then that's it. And then you're gonna know. So I would do that. It's not about punching somebody in the face, beat them over the head, but it's the point of you're going to respect me as the person with my person. So that's all I'm saying. So
that's foolish.
No, it's not. That's foolish. No, it's not foolish.
That's foolish. That's a death wish.
Gunny, that's your opinion.
I have a question for you.
So what
that's crazy. They chumping you up. Okay, fine.
Okay, then chump me up then. Then I'd rather feel like a chump and live and have another day with my lady and try to prove a point to people that don't matter. That's not chumping you up. That's not being a man. That's BS bullcrap male ego that gets people killed.
But what we just did was we added multiple layers to this scenario. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know. So when you talk about, okay, they saw you walk in, he saw you walk away and then approach your girl, that's a different conversation. We don't know. Like, I'm coming back. I don't know if this nigga just walked in and happened to just come in and he beeline to my shorty or whatever. But let me just throw a scenario out there real quick. Q, I'm with my lady, right? She go to the bathroom and you pull up on me trying to hit on me. And obviously I'm like, yeah, I got a lady, but you know, I recognize you. You're a comedian, right? My lady's the comedian too. You know what I'm saying? So what if a situation is like you don't even know what the fuck we talking about? I'm trying to put my shorty on with you because I know you popping and whatnot, but you come over spazzing and tripping. That shit, like niggas be overreacting, don't even know what the fuck is going on.
No, but you just said something before that. Mm-hmm. I came at you sideways though, right?
What do you mean?
What was my
What was your reason?
What was my role originally?
You was coming to holler.
Right.
Well, I don't know if you saw me with my lady or whatever, but you came over and I'm talking to you. My lady's not present at the time. You come and I'm like, oh shit, I recognize you, but I'm trying to spit. And she come back. Now she giving me the third eye, but I'm trying to put her on.
But she should be.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, then now you have to get that clarity there. You know what I mean? Like that's a different situation. But she should be. She should feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying automatically run up and punch a nigga in the face, but to Gunny. So if you're not gonna deal with that in any way, but you also can't be that nigga checking your female though. You get what I'm saying? So you just decided not to deal with it altogether. So you can't.
That niggas is bugging the fuck out. Like
it's not checking.
See, but Gunny, I just want to go back to what you said initially. You said if someone when they approach your girl, right? You're not having a conversation with the man. You what's up? Are you going to pull your woman to the car every 2 seconds every time somebody talks to her, especially if you know she's attractive? That's not logical. It doesn't make sense.
No, that's not the example that was given. That's not the example that's not the example that was given.
Now, Gunny,
Dear Lord, that's not
We'll bring God into this because I heard what you said. You said you are bringing her to the car to have a conversation. And then I asked you, I said, if your woman is attractive, are you going to go ahead and pull her into the car every time somebody speaks to her? Is that what you're going to do? Because if that's the case, then you might as well not even go out with her. If that is
no,
that's
not what Hank said. He did not say if a man.
I'm talking about what you said, sir.
That's not what I said either. I did not say if a man speaks to my woman.
Gunny, you said he's got a like 10 or 9 or 8.
Alex, hello.
You did give a nigga a 10.
Let me know if I made that up.
You, right?
And I'll apologize, but let me know if I made that up.
Hello, I'm speaking to you.
I hear
you. Right? That takes a couple of seconds. That's a difference from having a 10-second, 20-second, 30-second conversation. That's totally different. When you walk up, and Chief just gave an example, when you walk up, you have a certain vibe. You understand, okay, the vibe is uncomfortable because maybe someone's not doing what they should be doing. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case and I walk up and my woman who's with me is not doing what she's supposed to be doing, the same thing that she expects from me, then yeah, I'm not going to have a problem with the guy because that's unnecessary conflict from a person that doesn't matter. Why do I care about being a man or this type or blah 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 muscle? So why do I care about being like that?
The voices again, y'all.
Yo,
so
the
voices.
I'm going to the fact that you said we are going to go to the car. We are going to have a conversation, and that's fine. What I asked you was, because your woman is attractive and you are knowingly going out with her, and if multiple people are coming up to her, I asked you, are you going to pull her aside every single time? Or do you just have one big conversation for the night? If somebody comes to you,
Alex, that conversation happens at home with y'all niggas who leave the house. Hey, don't touch nothing, don't talk to nobody. Like that, like it's a little kid going to the ghost. Don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing. Like that's what y'all niggas do. Don't we go to the club, don't talk to nobody, don't look over too hard. Like, come on now, fuck out of here with all that. Like your spouse can't be in public talking to somebody. They can't. Like
that's ridiculous.
Whatever happened to networking and shit? Like,
no, there's a difference, and I think that you're trying.
He's trying to put a bunch of shit together. Right. And you know what, Asia, I love. We let him escape. Q had him on the ropes with his own scenario.
She did.
But
she
Gunny
really did.
Apparently Gunny got spider senses and all. He could walk up and his shit go off. Around this but that's what happened. Chief example was bad as hell, but we let that nigga slide.
What you mean? What the point I was trying to make is we don't know what they talking about. And you can't just start walking up on people and slapping motherfuckers. You talking to your shorty? It's not okay.
Crazy.
But I think
nobody said that. Nobody said that.
All right. It would have been on you in your scenario, Chief, to when you realized that she was trying to talk to you to end the conversation. Don't go try to put her onto your girl. Don't do that. The conversation is over. Now I think I appreciate that, and that's it. Because now I'm gonna look at you crazy, and I'm gonna be like, "Well, how did y'all start speaking?"
Exactly.
Exactly. So you would have been looking for an argument that night. Don't put me on.
So when I say Alex, love, she tried to pull up on me, but I'm like, fuck out of here. My shorty here, but you know what? You can help her out. You mad at me for that?
Nah, the conversation is done.
Right. Come on, man. No.
Come on, Chief.
No.
Couldn't.
It's like you saying you gonna put your shorty gonna put you onto this nigga because you a producer and he a rapper. But he started off trying to holler at her. That shit don't even make
crazy, nigga.
It's already tainted from the right. Like from the start, it's already tainted.
Now y'all out getting Grammys and shit, and you like, club one night, and he tried to spit game to my shorty, but then she flipped it around. You know what I mean? So we here today getting Grammys.
But I do get your point, but she curved the nigga off the rip. Like, nah, this ain't what it is, homie. Like my man is here, but you know what? You can probably help us get it back. Like that, like.
No,
you pimping her.
Listen, what? Chief, you're gonna be on your B Rabbit shit, nigga. You maybe you walked in the studio. What was happening? I think you better stop. Maybe I'm too outside the box, bro. I'm not about slapping niggas for you all got work husband though. Mike Brown with the $5 super chat. You all got work husbands, though. And I better not ever hear no shit like that, boy. All right. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Now, I think Gunny and Chief learned something. So everybody show some love for them. I appreciate it.
Fuck out of here, nigga. I stand firm and not slapping niggas because you talking to my shorty.
Oh,
I'm about to do that.
Adrian and B. If I'm clapping, nigga, and I don't have my soundboard, you have to clap.
I got my phone in one hand.
And a fly swatter in the other. Nigga in the sticks.
Yo,
that shit will forever be funny.
So now, ladies, now you say you want this trait. You want a hard-working man. But then y'all have to start complaining when he ain't home. When he can't help with the kids as much. When he missing some games and all that. But you still want to go to fucking Dubai too. Make this shit make sense.
It's called balance.
That was a hard lesson to learn.
It's called balance.
That was a hard lesson to learn. That's why I don't say they need to be hardworking. I say they need to be self-aware and you need to balance your life out. Because you cannot. It is great that you want to take the lead and provide for the home, but providing for the home also means to be attentive to me and attentive to our family.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll take a more if like a low earner if he had that balance, a straight 9 to 5, not too much response, like a school janitor. You work 9 to 5, you work every other week, every 2 weekends, right? Because you got to clean up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like with that'll suffice for you then.
Yes, because that's part of, again, my love language. I feel like we need to be working as a family. You need to be attentive. You need to be able to balance our lives out where I'm nurturing our children, but you also need to be leading our children. So you do need to try to invest in being a coach for the basketball team or the football team. We need to have barbecues for the family and things like that. Yes.
Yeah.
That was a hard lesson to learn, but yes.
Okay. So you learn that through experience more so. Okay. Word. Sit. Shit. Sis. She ain't talking on mute, is she, y'all?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay. Sis. You want a hardworking man and all that. But you know what comes with that? Less time, less attentiveness. You're gonna have to deal with the kids kind of by yourself a little bit more. But women always say they want that, but when they see it, what do y'all actually do with it?
I can't answer that. I haven't really been in that kind of situation like that, so I can't answer that.
I'm trying so hard not to kick her off because it's my sister.
Wow.
Isha, go. I'm pissed. Go.
Hey y'all.
What up, Ish?
So I grew up with a hardworking man, my stepfather, right? And there was times when he would come like to vacations, like we always took family vacations, but he would come and only stay for like 2 days. So I can't get with that. Like I need if you're going to be a hardworking man, those vacation times we need to set those, like this is a strict vacation. This for us in the family. This is our bonding time. We need to stay on the schedule. It can't be, oh, I gotta do this. Nah. You can be hardworking, but when it comes time vacation, we're gonna take those. When it's come time for you to eat, you coming home to eat. So with boundaries.
But Isha, it's not really deep, right? But entrepreneurs can only stay 2 days.
Right. And my stepfather has his own business.
That's what I'm saying. But we hear that. We want a man got his own business. Remember that heifer said, as long as he owned the bus, remember?
Right. That's what she said. But I ain't say that. I want my man to have like benefits. I want him to have paid days off. Yeah, I want those kind of things.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. So you would take a little bit less of an income just for that balance and all that.
Right. Because I work too. Like I'm not putting it all on his shoulders. I bring in a pretty decent income as well.
With benefits.
Yes, I can even put him up there. You need dental. I got a good family plan. What's good?
Yeah. Okay. Love, what you think?
Like I said initially, it's all about balance. And so what may work for one may not work for the other. But I think having a dedicated time, quality time, like I said yesterday, is one of my love languages. Having dedicated time specifically for family or for me, if it's just us, is very important. And so you have to carve out that time. And if I agree, Mike Brown, $2 super chat, thank you. Vacation costs money. Exactly. So vacations do cost money. And so we can make a compromise. I wouldn't mind a compromise. You work, up until this certain point or whatever you work. And then, but just know we're planning this vacation June 15th to June 22nd or 25th, whatever. But that's our set vacation time. And I want it dedicated to us. Even with entrepreneur, we got to come up with a plan then, because you need to have a second man in charge. I know business, second man in charge, sit there and let, them handle the business. If you're an entrepreneur, if you work a 9 to 5 or really, a 9 to 9, fine. That company will go on without you because you have this dedicated time. It's about enacting boundaries and sticking to them. So balance and quality of life is very important. You can't work yourself to death because I won't be able to enjoy your company anyway. So what's the difference?
Okay. Okay. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Damn, yo. That's the first. Man, everybody show some love, man. That is the first time in show history the ladies were much more concise, on point, understanding than the fellas. Good God Almighty, man. They've been learning, boy. Hey, Mr. White, you see them? They learning like a motherfucker. Yo, hey, and the two newest people up top, right, Asia on the sides of Asia, was backpedaling and hopping back. Hey, Q, you had him on the road, baby girl. God damn.
Not even on purpose, not even on purpose. But I wanna
that was light work. She said that was easy.
That was light work. But I want to chime in on this topic too. Like, I've heard that a lot. That women want a guy to be home most of the time or to help out and do all these other things. But then, to your point, they want to take these trips, go to Dubai and get all this other stuff going. And it's like, I don't think that. So I guess my question to the ladies, because I'm learning on that end, because I'm usually in that role of being the person who got like 8 jobs. Like, so how do you find that balance? Because it's like, to me, that was part of the reason, or that I had some issues in my divorce too, was just not being home enough to help out. But it's like, but you don't got to leave the house, go to school or something, get a trade, make sure everything is always taken care of, cleaning this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you want to take all these trips, you want to do all these things, you want to have a car that's taking, paid for and all this shit. That shit come with sacrifices that sometimes the woman is not willing to make. Y'all different because y'all working shit. I fuck with it. So how do you find that balance that y'all speak of?
So again, for your example, you work a lot of jobs. You gonna say something here?
No, go ahead.
Oh, like you said, Q, you got 8 jobs. Okay, so you can, part of those jobs you can schedule, or say, yeah, I can do this show. For example, you said you get the show on 21st, so you can schedule around your schedule, right? I think what you kind of said, correct me if I'm wrong, your ex-wife didn't work, or she did, or she didn't leave the house. You said, what was it?
Yeah, post the pregnancy with our son, so she didn't work for thank God I skipped alimony, my God. But yeah, she didn't work for 2 years.
Yeah, I think
and then
part
after
of
that, she was in between jobs, so she would pick stuff up, but it wasn't like her income was like, oh my gosh, we're not gonna be able to survive if you don't work.
You realize, when you don't work as much, you working is magnified. The other person's work is magnified. We don't work as much. If I'm sitting at home all day, even if I work from home, if you're out of the house working, it is your time out the house is magnified like hell. And I'm going to feel it even more because I'm sitting in this house.
Damn.
And if I'm not working, it's even worse. Yeah. So, because now I don't mean to be crass, but you're the entertainment. Like you are my company. And so that was that exasperated the issue about you working so much. You know?
So basically, she was never gonna go to Dubai, but Miss Nay gonna make her way to Dubai with me. I got you.
Yeah, she going. Oh, Nay going to Dubai.
Yeah,
Nay will walk to Dubai. No, Nay. Yo, Asia, I don't want to say. I was gonna say something, but that point, I never thought of that.
Yeah, so like to your point, if your shorty's working 8 hours like you are,
fuck the point up. You've been fucking up.
I was gonna say the same thing though. Just making the point.
Like say it. She already said it. Thanks. Hey, Adrian, get him, man. Get his ass, man.
Wow.
Oh my God. Hey, Chief, we're gonna come back in a little bit, but I just wanna, because that was a hell of a point Adrian made. But Chief, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
When do you think the vetting process starts? Just in a sentence or two. Like, when do you think that actual process starts?
Once you've identified someone you're attracted to.
So just to, like in the club, like if I go holler at her, we drunk and shit, and I just go holler at her, like that part.
I mean, I think it does start there because like some people are simple like that, where you see a shorty who's bad and she might got some the busted sneakers on, or she ain't dressed right. Some people are that picky where that's part of their vetting process. So I think it does start off the initial attraction. Yes.
Okay, that's fair. What you think, Gunny? When does that process start? Just in a sentence or two.
The first 10 minutes of you meeting her.
This nigga 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Boy, this nigga's timeline.
That's it. 10 minutes.
Okay, so the first 10 minutes you start kind of judging, right?
Right, and you put it in the categories like we talked about yesterday. You put it in one of the two categories.
Okay. Does anybody disagree?
Yeah, I disagree. And
I disagree as well.
Yeah, I think that's why everybody relationships fail, and y'all be looking and trying to vet way too soon, right? Like first see if you like talking to them on a regular basis before you start looking any further. You sitting there
vetting.
Huh?
That's still vetting. If you're having a conversation with them,
no. I'm not, because me spending time with you initially or trying to talk to you is not me saying, oh, let me see if you're my wife. Right, it's levels to it. So my first thing is let me find somebody I just want to enjoy talking to.
So to clarify your point, do you kind of couple vetting with when you're ready to invest? Like, is it like
when I start to say, okay, I could be with her.
Okay, so when you're ready to actually,
yeah. So that's when it starts. When I'm okay. Oh yeah, let me guys start putting a better foot forward.
So you don't.
Everybody, go ahead.
So you don't think that physical attraction is part of the vetting process? Because you
attracted to somebody, you have a conversation with them. I'm talking about with the initial statement of y'all saying like, okay, when you meet them, you already, the first thing that be going through people's mind way too early is this somebody I could be with?
Yeah, because are we vetting the girls that we just smashed? Or are we just smashing them?
But we don't know that we just smashed them until we get into that conversation. But you have the vetting process starts off the initial attraction. No, am I wrong? The vetting process starts from the initial attraction.
Yesterday, they said it was about physical. They vetting.
That's the initial, the primary point of vetting starts with attraction.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And what Chief is saying that literally takes seconds. So it takes seconds, and then you move it to the next stage, and then you within the first 10 minutes you can figure out whether you want to put it in the smash and pass category or whether you want to put it in the relationship category. That doesn't take long to see if you want to go down which road.
We need to define vetting, because to me, vetting is not vetting. Vetting process takes a while.
Let's slow down.
Yes, agreed.
Alex usually always says that. I'm surprised she didn't say it this time. But
I was about to look it up for Asian.
Yeah, because I think Adrian's more on point in love. Make a careful and critical examination of something. The chicks that's getting smashed, it ain't that goddamn critical. She got a vagina. She look halfway.
She got a hole like the lamppost. She got a vagina like the lamppost outside.
I just looked out there the other day, love. They still out there. Go ahead, Alex.
I'm with Adrian on this. I think just in general as people, I think if we are just going and yes, you do want to be attracted to the person, but I think we make our pool a lot smaller, especially the older that we get, if we are just marking people off because of how they look, right? I even granted I've never really dated before, but I even think I imagine on that first date, you're nervous, they're nervous. And I was literally having this conversation with my friend. And I was just like, okay, so are you sitting at the table like, oh, I don't like the way that he chews, or oh, I don't like this, and he's over there just as nervous as you are? Do you give it an opportunity to go to the second date? Because for me, like Adrian said, I have to, did I enjoy your conversation? But could I have enjoyed your conversation and was I not able to really get past that because you were playing 21 questions with me? I feel like for me in my mind, those other questions come with time. That is when the vetting process comes. It's like, okay, after some time and after some conversation, you don't really seem secure with this. We don't really align in this way. But I feel like we go ahead and we eliminate people too soon based off of dumb shit. And I think because of that, that is why as people get older, I'm going to say just particularly women, we become so picky and then we complain about the pool. But you also not giving somebody a chance to get to that point and have that conversation.
So I think that's different. For those of us out here that are single and dating, if you go on dating apps, it's a vetting process. You are looking at physical pictures. You are looking at what they put. You don't think so?
No, ma'am.
When you're selecting somebody, whether or not you want to initiate a conversation with them and looking at basically how they look, what they're putting in their description of who they are, that's not part of vetting.
That's copy and paste, girl. That is absolutely not vetting. The vetting comes honestly after we had that first conversation. No, not first. Several different conversations. We didn't even meet in person yet, and I don't even know if I want to talk to you after I see you in person. Our energies match, and so
let me make sure we get everybody in. Hold on. So, Ish, where you at with it? So, all right. Well, let me ask a different question. So, all right, let me go around real quick. So, does it begin? So, Gunny and Chief, y'all still staying at beginning the initial contact?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Anybody else with that initial reaction? Sorry, bro. Go ahead. Sorry.
I agree with Chief and Gunny.
Okay, and Mr. White and Love, you guys are saying it's more process once you start feeling them a little bit. Is that fair?
Yes, to see if they even deserve the energy of me to vet. Because my vetting process is not just me; it's other people involved. But it's
Yeah.
girl.
But just in terms of that, like when does it first? Good God, y'all can't follow no rule. Isha. Well, hold on. Can Isha talk, Adrian? I mean, I know it's your cousin, and you try to do that, but go ahead, Isha. I got you.
I'm gonna say mine is initial as not right off bat, but as soon as I give him my phone number and after that first conversation, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna answer any more phone calls from him.
Okay. Q, when you say, are you more with Ro, Isha, a little bit, Chief, Gunny, or are you more like when you start to actually get some type of feeling for that person?
Yeah, another moment, classic moment in history of this might be risky. I am agreeing wholeheartedly with Adrian. Make sure that is.
Yeah, we got it. Timestamp this 1 minute, 1 hour.
Yeah,
12 minutes.
it's definitely a process, and once you start to get certain things or see certain things, then from that point. I started the vetting way later than what I've ever done, with any other relationship. And it seems to be going very well in comparison to those other relationships.
Can I please say this here real quick? Because I'm going to forget if I don't say it right now. I liken it to an interview for a job. I'm not vetting you until we do the interview. And again, this is not literal. It's figurative and example. When you go into an interview, they ask you questions. You get to know this person for like an hour or so. When you decide they've passed that particular process, then they begin the vetting process. And that's how I look at it. I'm not going to vet literally every person I come in contact with until I feel that they've passed a certain level. That's all. That's where my mind is going when I think of vetting.
So, all right, let's get to it because y'all belaboring, y'all belaboring, man. Y'all belaboring now. So, but Ro, you can answer this. So some people think it starts right off the bat. if you really intentionally dating and you get to a first date, does everybody agree that the vetting is there? No.
I mean,
Well,
I said, yeah.
well, just like Tay said, what Alex used to live that life if he treating you eating, right? So you ain't give a fuck. You just going.
What? I never said that.
So, all right. So so we can't agree that the first date, the process isn't. I feel like if I'm trying to get with a woman for real, that's why I said intentionally. I feel like the process starts at that point. Because what am I paying for a date for unless I'm serious?
But she don't get there, him, if you're not attracted to her.
Right. No,
is my point.
I'm trying to get us to where can we agree that the first date we are there.
Part of the first phase. How about that? It's part of the first phase.
But the key word is should. When and should are two different things. So for some people, I know you don't like the word some. For a majority people, a group of people, the vetting process begins initially upon attraction. For other people, it is at the first date. The question is, when should the vetting process begin? Adrian and I were on the same page of after we've gotten to know you a little bit more, after we've gotten to spend some time. Now we're sitting up there and we're doing deductive reasoning. I don't like this, I don't like that, and blah, blah, blah. So it's different for everyone.
Okay, so you're saying the first date isn't necessarily it either, but does that person have potential?
I would say, yeah, if I like the conversation enough or I'm curious about you, I'm like, okay, this was all right. This was still, maybe it was nerves. Let's go on to the next one.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm going to tell y'all something I used to do, right? This probably has no bearing, but fuck it. I'm going to tell anyway. I used to take girls out to places and spend like $400 on the meal just to see how they would react to it. Because people are going to tell you, oh, I'm not impressed by these things. Okay, we'll see. And then you take them out and they acting like, oh my God, you really took me to Roof Chris. Like, this is crazy. Like, when you acting like that, I already know where your head is at. That's enough.
They come from the nothing, probably.
Right.
So
or
yeah.
Impressed by very little because they function at a certain level. So it's like little things like that. But I think that's like to that point of if you're approaching that in the beginning in that way, that's just both of y'all being immature. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I really started like vetting the right way, in my opinion, it didn't look like that. I didn't need to do all that because there was enough that was established before that time.
But I'm sure you also got tired of spending $400 and wasting your time, right?
Hell yeah.
No, I didn't see it that way.
Oh.
Can I ask Alice a question?
Go ahead.
Why did you stop, Q, spending the $400, doing it that way?
Why did I stop? Because I matured, and then it was like I just kind of left people alone. Like I got to a point where it's just like this shit is like. It had nothing to do with the money, and it had nothing to do with the restaurant experience. It had more to do with the quality of people I was coming across. Because to like when you get to a point where people are like, and I'm in my opinion, I'm not a big deal yet, right? But for people to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm actually hanging out with Q from Facebook or Q, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, everybody in that same bullshit. So you just kind of like let it go for a little bit.
Mike Brown with a $5 super chat. So Rock and B have a chance. I want to ask a different question, but go ahead, Gunny.
Yeah, Alex. No disrespect to you. Do you think that Donald Trump is an attractive man physically?
No, I do not.
Okay, so if he approached you and tried to court you, would you be receptive to that?
No.
Just looking at him, you don't know anything about him. You don't know he's a millionaire, a billionaire, president. You don't know anything about him, but just Donald Trump, the human being. If he approached you and tried to court you, how would you feel about that?
Are we just going based upon physical, or are we going based upon the conversation? Because if I'm liking the conversation, if I'm liking your energy, and if I feel like you're being respectful, I may entertain your conversation.
What do you mean entertain the conversation?
Entertain your conversation.
Like, would you be open if he tried to court you? If he tried to?
Yes, that's what I'm saying by entertain your conversation. Yes.
Yeah, so you'd be open to dating Donald Trump, even though you're not physically attracted to him?
If Donald Trump was not Donald Trump and I If he was just some random person down the street and if he approached me appropriately and I felt the energy, just like, you know what, okay, he's seeming appropriate, he's seeming respectful. If I've got time today, okay, let's go ahead. Here's my number. Let's exchange some information. If then I go ahead and I like that, okay, let's go ahead and let's have an in-person date or something like that. But I'm not going based upon just appearance, attraction.
Stop the cap.
I'm Chief,
you. Oh my.
I said attraction aside.
But that's
but to that, even with that, Chief, right? There are plenty of attractive women who give not attractive people the time in the day. And it's not, we know like, okay, he's ugly. He's not going to just all of a sudden be cute or something like that, but it's how he's presenting himself. I have seen some very, very unattractive men pull the most beautiful women.
We talking about
but
you.
What is
though.
the first thought that comes in your head when you see Donald Trump? Is he attractive or unattractive?
I told you, he's not attractive to me.
That's the vetting process that starts within the first couple of seconds. That's what Chief was saying.
And I'm not disagreeing with that, Gunny. And again, the conversation goes back to what happens and then what should happen, right? It's what happens and then what should happen. Well, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fair
I
enough.
don't know what she's talking about. So,
Here you go.
I mean, just honestly,
This dude is
Let me
such a
try to
character.
start something. I'm not going back and forth again.
it's just such bullshit, man. Whatever.
Whatever.
So I don't even, because y'all can't get on the same page. So, but I did want to assess that first date, but I feel like y'all gonna go all over the place with that question. Damn.
Ain't that the purpose of the conversation? Shit, let's go.
No, Chief, not all over the place. No, it's not, Chief. There's
10 people on here. There's 10 different opinions and views and perspectives.
All right,
I don't remember the original question.
Now I'm gonna start throwing y'all ass in the back chat if you're still going on these diatribes. All right. Now, I want to assess the first date because I think that Gunny and Chief and Ro and I think Alex like a windshield wiper, so she probably both sides of the shit. There's some truth to you start judging, you start vetting to some extent. But I think the critical nature of vetting in its true form, I think it starts once you think you actually want to invest in said person. So in the hypothetical, we're dating intentionally. So we're not doing what Isha does and treat if he paying you going. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. We're not going with her just to get some cheeks. So we're going on a real date, not like to the bar or maybe something more substantive. So assessing that first date, because I think we can get to a point where we can agree that the vetting should start at some point there. What are some of those don'ts that would disqualify people? So I'll start with one. If she late, I ain't having it. Like put her in the bathroom. That's not acceptable. I'm not sitting there for no goddamn 30 minutes because you late for whatever because you're a woman and all those other foolish excuses. So I feel like that would break it off. And it's a first date, right? So I'm not super invested. But I feel like if you don't appreciate my time enough, I'm just sitting there 30 minutes, right? I'm already nervous because it's a first date and I'm trying to take you personal. Nah, I ain't doing that. Ish, what's some do's or don'ts? I just wanted to pop it off with that.
At the very minimum, he needs to be a gentleman. Like if he can't open the door or doesn't know that he's supposed to walk on the outside, I'm like, yeah, it's a dub.
Ish, what if he does that door hold, like like you hold it until somebody else grab it, like going in the gas station? Does that work?
So who's going to grab it? He better hold it until I walk through it.
Okay. B. Oh, no. B. Wait. Mr. White, what you think about that first date? Like, what's some different assessments we need to make? Either it's a do or a don't, or what are you assessing on that first date?
All right, so I'll give you a do. I'm at a don't. Women who be wanting to take pictures. Oh, take a selfie of me right quick next to this. And nah, yeah, I'm not about the. It's probably gonna be different. Like nah. But again, but I don't think you should be assessing on the first date either, though. But that's just me.
nigga's weird. Q.
If we on a date and I take her out to eat and she ordering food for niggas at the crib.
Q, who was you dating, B? Where you getting them from? Niggas is niggas is hyped to be at Ruth Chris.
How the fuck you getting a to-go plate and adding it to the tab? Like you can do that and pay out your own pocket.
Okay. Alex.
A don't is being in your phone. I would want your full undivided attention. It's rude. What else you got talking about there? Don't waste my time.
Okay. I think that's good. Chief.
I definitely think the phone thing is an issue. I think manners are big for me too. Let me get up pisses me off on the first day. Like I think this is how you treat the service and whatnot plays a big deal. Like that's big. You know what I'm saying? But I think those initial. But there's so many different things because there's so many different things. Like some women will be like, I ain't like the way he chewed. So you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is part of the process. But like I think the phone is a big thing. And then just manners. Having some culture about, you know what I'm saying? Salmon. When she ordered the salmon, I got concerns.
You ain't been nowhere.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Love.
The first date. Alex literally said what I was gonna say, do not be in your phone. Engage with me. We need to be here. We need to be engaged with one another. And since she said that, I'll say the other one is I don't want to hear you bashing your ex on the first date. Like I don't want to hear about that. I don't care about that hoe. It's about us right now, getting to know me getting to know you. That's her.
Okay. So yeah, you like that's the part of okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Gunny, what you think? That first date, like what is something? I think all of these are viable, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely the cell phone. Alex hit it right on the nose. Absolutely the cell phone. Hands down. That's a number one.
Oh, you got a different one?
No, that to me, no, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't have a different one because I said this before in other shows. The purpose of the first, second, and third date is to get to know someone. You cut out all distractions. You don't go to the movies. You're not doing something that's going to distract you. You're sitting down and you're having a real, honest conversation. And any distractions is a huge turnoff.
Okay, no doubt. Bro, because I feel like there's single people and there's a lot of dope comments in the chat, but they ain't super, so I ain't sharing them. Bro.
I will go with one that's in the chat because I said it yesterday. Do dress to impress. Okay? Do not come to no date with wrinkled clothes, bleach on your clothes. Dress as if we're the first person, we're meeting for the first time.
No doubt.
Patient is important.
Yeah. No, that's real. Present yourself, right? B.
How you doing, Ham? So I got three. So listen, the first thing that you don't do, okay? You don't be loud. Okay? I don't like loud. Don't be loud. Another thing that and one slipped my mind. And another thing is this, the second one, okay? You don't order everything on the damn menu. Okay? Listen, if I'm sitting down and I order one drink, okay, that don't mean you order three. If I order one appetizer, you don't order four. And if I order one entree, you don't order three. You see, one of the things I'm going to include in my coochie credit book is how to date. Okay? You don't order everything off the menu. You don't do that. That's not etiquette. And another thing, I forgot my third point, but I got two. I forgot my third one. But it might come back to me. But I got a little excited, so I forgot my last point. But my second point I was going to use for my last point, but I got two of them out the way. But yeah.
Yeah, B, you're kind of out of frame.
I'm sorry. I'm holding my phone. I'm sorry. I apologize. Let me turn it this way.
It's all good. Okay. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. This day and age, Should men still be paying? Should men still be paying, Isha? Yes.
If they ask, yes.
I think the first date, yes.
B, men still pay on that first date?
Well, so the first date, I give you the first date. I give you that, okay? But anything thereafter, it really does depend. But I give you the first date.
Okay. Mr. White?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alex?
Yep. Gotta pay.
Q?
Depending on who asks who out.
He asked.
So pay.
Okay. Love, yes.
I say if he, I just want, I've come got me fast enough. I agree. I was going to say the same exact thing he was saying. If he asks me out, then yes, I think that he should pay.
Okay. Chief, yes.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Gunny?
Yeah, but keep it under a certain amount. Just make sure it's under like at the most $15. Don't no more than that. 2 cups of coffee don't really cost that much. So
I can't wait to get to Texas because that's what the first date costs.
That's where we going, bro. We going to Starbucks.
Damn. Okay. $15. You gonna get a slushy? Damn. Okay.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And no cap. That's all it takes. No more than $15. Have a cup of coffee and sit down for a couple of hours. Have a great conversation. That's all it takes.
I agree with that, Gunny. Like for those of y'all who are dating, are you gonna look at a man a certain type of way if he just says like, you know what, let's go grab coffee, he wants to do something chill, or does he have to take you out somewhere fancy? Are you gonna look at him a little like side eye?
No, not our first encounter. I'm trying to see if I want to, you know.
I'm trying to think about my safety.
Right. I'm good on that. I mean, also, even if it's creative, it's not the dollar amount. I think it's the way it was presented. You know, I was under $15. I think it's the way he presented it just now when I rolled my eyes. But if it's creative and it's, you know, hey, let's go sit in the Navy Yard and sit by the water, and you know, we got the wine and the, you know, music or whatever, and I'm gonna bring the food. That's creative. You know, we can get to know each other and talk. There's no outside distraction. So it's not about the dollar amount. But if he sits there and says, my limit's $20, I'm like,
that's foolish. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah, we understand. Okay. That's good clarity though. All right, cool. Okay. So yeah, if you single, you out here, I think every single point that everybody made is really, really valid. You know, and I think you got to be ready to receive and give equally on these dates in some way, shape, or form. So when you walk through that door and he holding that bitch, Isha, look up. I'm talking to you. Make sure you say thank you. Okay.
That's a pet peeve too.
Go ahead. What'd you say, Chief?
That's a pet peeve too. Just simple manners, yo. Like,
now we know the golden rule. If you open the door to her car, B, right, to the car, and she gets in, you close the door. What does she need to do to help you get in the car?
Come on, B, don't fuck this up.
Well,
nobody else say nothing.
I would fuck it up, but what does she need to help me get in the car? Text me when she gets home.
Put him in the bathroom. Get him out of here.
This is very serious. Her driving. You put her in the car, right? Her side, okay? You walk around to your side. What does she need to do?
Wow. Come on, Adrian. Come on, man.
Oh, he asked me?
No.
Yeah, you supposed to be like, wow. Where the fuck was the wow at?
Yeah. No, my bad.
What you say?
For her to help me get home, I don't know. I'm lost.
I'm gonna give you a tip. Now use can't leave. You know where that's from?
He no, hell no, he don't know. That's why he don't know the answer to the question.
Put him in the fucking bathroom. Get him out of here.
Shit like that.
You've never seen Bronx Tale, nigga?
I don't watch. I watch non-fiction shows. I like killing shows. Snap.
That was a killing show. So, but
A lot of niggas died in Bronxtown.
So wait. I kind of get what B is saying because that was back in.
There is nothing to
So wait.
expound on. You didn't leave. You left your cape upstairs. Don't do it. Point blank. Period. B. She need to hit the unlock button. She don't need to reach over. It ain't Bronx Tale. It ain't 1980. But she can make sure that door is unlocked. That's the key. She shouldn't sit in her car and get on her phone. No, you got to walk around the car. She need to be looking out just like you looked out for her. Because motherfuckers always talking about how mean the world is, right? Ain't no telling. Did you see God Bless the Dead? Did you see the lady in Chicago, the police officer? She parked at her house. At her house. She got off shift at 1:30 a.m. in the morning. They robbed her and killed her, and she was the police. Because she got out her car, just tired from work, and they ran down on her. That's real. That's real shit. So she need to hit that unlock button for you, B. Listen, B. I don't worry about what A's are talking about. Listen to me, okay? Right, I love you. All right. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. I can't believe these niggas never seen Bronx Tale Chief. I don't like them like that. All right. Now, this one might be a little bit deeper. I want to pop it off with you and then Gunny. Is vetting the family just as important?
God damn it, him. Shit.
You usually go last. I had to make you go first this time.
Yeah. This is a heavy question though. Because it's like, okay, I'll put it like this. My answer is yes. What you end up doing with that is on you though. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything from the mental health of the family, you know, everything, you know, whether or not if you're pursuing a woman, whether or not she has a relationship with her father, I think that matters. If you're with a guy, whether or not he has a good relationship with his mother, I think that matters. So yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What you think, Gunny?
Yeah, I think that's very important, and it's very uncomfortable to talk about. But just like you said, you know, one of the things that you should definitely look for if you're trying to vet a woman, you know, if she has a relationship with her parents, you know, if she has a good working relationship with her mom, that's a huge deal. If she has a good working relationship with her father, if she doesn't have a good working relationship with her father, that's a red flag. You know, because you know there are going to be some things that are missing there. It's definitely something that you should look into for sure.
Yep, 100%, man. Well, what you think, Alex?
Vetting the family is absolutely important, but more specifically, when I think about it, I think about the dynamics. You know, mother, sister, father, brother, whatever. But how does the relationship they have with that family member impact your relationship? Are they someone who, if my mother doesn't like you, I'm sorry, I can't deal with you? Are they someone whose family has a huge influence and how your relationship evolves? I think it's very important. And I know when people say you're not marrying the family, I think that's bullshit. You are. You want to be in a place and an environment that is welcoming, you know, a place because they become your second family. You know, when you get older, and especially if you guys go on and you have kids, you want to make sure that you are in an environment that is healthy on both ends and someone who is going to want to root for what you all have genuinely and not just based upon, well, that's my son, so I have to go by what he's saying. Family dynamic is super important. Please don't let anybody tell you that it's not. Family members have the ability to make or break your relationship.
Okay, so this one is feeling a little bit easy. I think it's obvious. I think Alex probably just hit the nail on the head. So I got a bunch more questions. Anybody want to chime in on this?
I had something that's uncomfortable to bring up. So something that men, when they give advice to their sons, you know, this is uncomfortable, guys. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. when you're talking to your sons and you're telling your sons certain things to look for in a woman, one of the things that you give advice to your sons is when you're looking at a woman, look at the woman's mom. And the woman's mom is a reflection of what you're going to deal with maybe 20 or 30 years from now if you choose to get that woman. And that could be aesthetically, that could be her personality, that could be how she treats other people. But that's definitely something that I give advice to young men. The woman that you're looking for, look at her mom and see how her mom is. And that's a reflection of what you might get as a sign of caution.
Okay. That sounds fair. Sounds fair to me. Okay. So this one seems a little bit easy. Yeah, I think Alex hit it. The dynamic is super important. How they interact with each other for sure. Yeah, I think you're right there. All right, so let me ask this one then. My bad. Let me find it really. Cause I feel like this one I don't think we do a very good job. Race, creed, politics, religion. The shit that you niggas don't talk about at work because y'all so scary. Race, creed, politics, religion. How important are these things? I've seen people say, yeah, my dad's a Muslim, my mom's a Christian. I'm like, that's bullshit. You're missing something. Race, creed, politics, religion. How does this go? Is this what are deal breakers in this? Go ahead, love.
You want me to give a thorough response, correct? And not have to backpedal like they did earlier. So let me get my thoughts together.
Leave Gunny alone. Go ahead.
I do believe that religion and politics, they definitely have an impact on the relationship. And to be quite frank with you, I never understood Christian Muslim marriages either, to be very honest with you. I never understood how that worked. And it has, but I just never understood that because of the devoutness of the two religions of people that I know, right? People that I surround myself with, know those people that are devout Christians and that are devout Muslims. Like they're not allowed to mix, really. So that always made me, like, oh, how does that work? And the politics, again, unless you're a moderate, I don't even believe in moderates. I believe you're leaning towards the left or to the right, honestly. And because those are very passionate thoughts and paradigms, I don't necessarily think you have to have group think and always agree on it, but there has to be a level of respect around those two. Actually, race too, I guess too. Okay, yes. Can I say this real quick? Yeah, because who was sniffling? Because it was irking me too. My nerves was bad. It's you? Oh God. Get an inhaler or something. Get some sinus medicine because you're making my nerves bad. But it has to be a level of respect around these because again, people identify themselves. And so if you disagree or there's a conversation needs to be had and you don't necessarily agree on those things, just understanding that you have to come to a level of agreeing to disagree, but still being able to move together and grow together and love one another. It's
so you date a white guy.
Very
Okay.
sticky. It's very sticky. What'd you say? I'm welcoming your question for once. I'm about to close the door real quick. Door closed. Door closed.
You just say you interracially date. Cool.
We already had this conversation. Next response. Next.
So I feel like I disagree with her saying agree to disagree. What do you guys think about that? Go ahead, Mr. White.
Yeah, that builds a lot of resentment to that agree to disagree stuff, right? Alignment is crucial. So you shouldn't be mixing religions. You shouldn't be mixing all of this stuff. That's too important. You know what I'm saying? And I think That's where men go wrong at. I feel like they be giving in way too much, and it eats away at them. You know what I'm saying? And then it builds that resentment. They'll start to pull away, push away. Next thing you know, we don't even know what's kind of going on anymore. You know what I'm saying? But if you believe what you're supposed to believe, or whatever it is you believe, right? I ain't even gonna make it about any specific religion. If you stand on what you believe and you are consistent, find somebody who aligns in that. If they don't align with it, or they're over here 10% or 5%, don't do it.
Mr.
Period.
White, quick question. You said you don't agree or you don't like subscribing to the thought of agreeing to disagree. Is it only amongst these things, or that in general in life? Because that's scary, that we can't have differing opinions and we can't sit there and agree to say, I don't agree on this point, but I respect your opinions. Let's agree to disagree. That's scary if you can't respect the difference.
Right. So yeah, there are things when you can agree to disagree on these topics. These ones, I don't think it is good, but also even as long as the agreeing to disagree still leads with you doing what I want us to do. Right. So yeah, you don't have to agree with me, but you're gonna fight. Cool. Bet. Like,
but hey, doesn't that lead to that resentment that you acknowledge?
Thank you. That's the resentment part that's gonna build.
No, he was saying agree to disagree leads to it, and then if she agrees to disagree and does it anyway, I feel like the outcomes are gonna be the same.
No, not necessarily, because I think women can, because we value them, right? So I value your opinion. My wife, I value your opinion. You're super smart. You think we should do this? Okay, cool. And then, however, once I go to make the decision, you don't got to agree with it, but you still gonna follow me. So in situations like that, cool. But when it comes to major things, especially in the beginning about like religion, oh, well, I feel like this is gonna be my God, or well, I feel like I'm gonna worship this. Okay, we'll agree to disagree. Then what happens when it's time to make decision making?
Yeah.
And I feel like the woman should give in more than the man. I don't feel like the man should ever do what a woman wants him to do it just because she wants him to do it.
So I had to learn that lesson the hard way, Hemp, as it pertains to religion. You know, me trying to be this profound perspective dude and hearing all this shit. So I'm like, you know what? She sort of said she was agnostic. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta respect it. Let me, whatever. So we go on a date and I'm trying to bless the food. And she's like, what you doing? We have a conversation, and she said something about, like, in the future. I'm like, well, if God got that plan for you. She's like, what God? And then at the end of the night, it was right around the George Floyd time, and I'm like, it's crazy. I hear pray for me when I go home. She's like, pray to who? And at that point, I'm like, I at minimum need a woman who's gonna pray for me and pray with me. And if I can't, like, 'cause I thought I'm trying to be open, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, that ain't it. So that was a lesson for me. Like, nah, that ain't it, bro. You dig what I'm saying? So as it pertains to religion specifically, like, we got to be on the same page.
Yeah, she was actually too.
I disagree with you.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I think that you can, but see, y'all already know, because y'all be like, oh, Q gonna come with that living your truth shit, right? Yeah, nigga, yeah. Live and let live. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Just not with me.
So I think it's possible, right? I think it's possible, but it takes two strong people who really have a spiritual foundation. So it sounds like the chick you was with, that was just a dead situation right there.
Not word. So Q, if you rock with it like that, when it comes to the kids, where they at? Which lane they going to? You can't agree to disagree when it comes to the babies.
But
you gonna let them figure it out, like.
Right. So to answer your question, see me, I'm like more on building up your spirit, man, and having a spiritual foundation. I could give a fuck about religion, right? So I could give a fuck, like, if my kid grew up and wanted to be Muslim, if it's enhancing your life and it's allowing you to be a better person, it may not be what works for me, but if that works for you, I fuck with it. So that's what keeps me with the ability to be friends and be connected to people of different religious beliefs. And it wouldn't change for me.
So in that regard, I think I might have been a little bit more open. Like I'd have been the guy y'all talking shit about with the Muslim and the Christian or whatever, but at least there was a power she believed in. At least she could pray to her God for me. This shorty was like, nah, it's not about that. Like, I'm praying to who? So it just didn't work for me at all. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like, for me, religion is just one of those tricky things where people are just going to try to push their own agenda. And that's like a weird thing to me. Like, if you're a good person, I fuck with you on that premise. Like, I give a fuck about, you want to pray to Allah or Buddha or do meditate, whatever the fuck you do. What works for you, that's what works for you. What works for me, works for me. And I also believe, though, with that respect, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So I might not believe in Christianity and blessing food, but if you believe that, we're gonna bless this fucking food before we eat it. It's just, you know what I mean? Like,
Right, but would you date somebody?
That doesn't.
Would you date somebody though, right? Because like we could be cool with people who believe different things, and so yeah, okay, I'm not gonna push you away for this, but would you try to settle if y'all religious or spiritual views were completely different?
Spiritual views, yes. Religious views, no.
Yeah, I don't know if people differentiate.
And that could be a problem.
I do.
I
definitely differentiate. I definitely do.
And
I'm with you on that.
think if people are really devout and really know what it is that they believe in, it's gonna be the probability is gonna be low that you're gonna be successful.
I
Because
think
you're gonna
people are dogmatic is the issue.
say what?
Sorry. When people are dogmatic in the dogma of religion. My apologies. I said I was going to do better with this than last week. So I didn't mean to interrupt you. My apologies.
Yeah. So and yeah, people just don't understand. But what happens is if you are a devout Muslim, right, and somebody's devout Christian, you're going to have issues because your books don't even align. Right. So as an example, and this is in context, you can hit your wife in the Quran to discipline her. That is in context. I just had this conversation. Matter of fact, Roz girl in the chat, I think she was in the chat on the other group. There was Muslims on the panel. They were saying, yes, you can't beat her ass. I said, I didn't say that. I'm just saying, based on the Surah, you can hit her to discipline her after you do other things first, right? So now in the Bible, it doesn't say that verbatim in that way, where you need to people try to spin it. So then what happens? Right? When it says, do not be friends with Christians and Jews in the Quran in Surah 5. What the fuck happens? So yeah, people are just living on this superficial level. I think you can achieve it. But when people really get into it, I think it's damn near impossible. Isha. And we're just talking about religion, which is cool, but the politics, creed, race, what you think, Ish?
I don't really care about politics, but as far as race, creed, and religion, we have to be on one accord. If I'm going to follow you and I'm going to let you lead me, we're going to have to be on the same accord.
So, Ish, I'm going to ask you this question. I think this is an okay question at this point in time. Are you pro-life or pro-choice?
I'm pro-choice.
And if he's pro-life and you don't want to, what the fuck happens?
If he's pro-life and I don't want to have a baby,
yeah, and this is your man and you get pregnant and your politics don't align, what happens?
We're going to have a baby. Now, if it doesn't work out, he's going to have a baby. See how that works there?
Cold-blooded.
That's the wrong nigga, boy.
He's just saying he's gonna have a baby.
Might not want to add that to the scenario.
Yeah.
Pro-life, pro-choice.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Alex, did you answer? Ish, were you done? My bad. Were you done? All right. Alex.
I think all of these things matter. I think for some people, these are the foundations in a relationship, right? So, race. Are we both Black? Are we gonna have to bring it back to the family dynamic? You and I may be okay with it, but as your family, that could be a make or break situation. Like, do you culturally understand what's going on? Even when it comes to politics, are you, what you said right there, are you pro-life or are you pro-choice? If when real shit happens, what are we going to do? Are we going to divorce about it? Are we going to fight about it? Is it going to be like, is it going to be a huge thing? Are we going to be on common ground with it? These things are extremely important in the vetting process, because there's one thing, you can be friends with anybody, but behind your closed doors at your home, it's what are you going to tolerate? What are you going to accept? So these things are extremely important, but depending on who the individual is, some race, creed, politics, or religion may hold more weight than another compared to somebody else.
So Oh yeah, I think you're right, Alex. Ro, did you get in?
I didn't, but I agree with Alex. I think,
Well, hold on. If you agree with Alex, I don't want to hear the same shit over and over.
well,
That shit, y'all keep doing that. Oh yeah, the phone. Keep the phone down. Thanks, Gunny. Thanks, love. Thanks, Jesus Christ. Thanks, Chief. Like, so with this, because I want to focus on the politics a little bit. Because with this new spirituality bullshit, everything is applicable, I guess. But the politics, the election is coming up. Trump running again. And I think he in the lead by a considerable amount of points. And then behind him is DeSantis.
Way behind.
Yeah. But DeSantis is like right, well, yeah, way behind, but he's like second. And if you guys know about the misconstrued politics in Florida, right? If you don't read them, you only believe what they say, you know. The politics. What if your man was a Trump supporter? Or are you? Well, can you ask people? Who cares? This might be risky. Are you a Trump supporter?
no.
So your man, the election cycle come up. You just living in roses and bubbles in La La Land because he's so pretty and he putting it down in bed. Then he come out with the "Make America Great" jacket, shirt, and shoes. What happens then?
He not with me.
You out of there?
No, he not gonna do that because he'll know that that ain't something we gonna do. That's not something I'm gonna support. That's not something that he can do.
Damn.
What if you're with him and he changes his mind and he wants
You know
to?
what if he changes his mind, wants to be a Republican?
Yeah.
Again, we're not gonna be together.
Oh, so you saying you out of there?
Yeah,
Is that serious?
it's that serious.
Why?
And that goes for being a Democrat as well, because I am a moderate. I'm conservative on some issues, and I'm not conservative on others. So
he can't vote.
I can't. You're right.
Damn. So he can't vote either.
No.
Adrian,
it's crazy out here to be having that type of thought process when you're on one side or the other. Like people are literally like, I think somebody like stabbed their spouse or their brother or something. Like that's crazy. It's just crazy. So no.
So your man can't vote.
No. We cannot.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
It's a lot. Shit.
So after all that, y'all align. He's a Christian. He goes to those churches y'all love so much. He's Bayesian since you don't give a fuck what he is. Yeah, didn't you say you open a day in white, black, blue?
I'm open to dating different races. Yes. What is wrong with that?
I'm naming. I'm setting it up for you.
Yes, I'm open to dating different races.
But then, so he doing all that right, and you saying, boom, he want to vote. You cutting him off.
Yeah, no, we're not getting involved in that.
Wow, that's crazy.
To vote at all?
That shit
you don't want him to vote at all?
No.
Look, Gunny just caught it.
No, unless it's a local election, like no, because
that's what I'm saying. Like, is a local election okay?
A local election is okay because those are the elections that affect the way we live. But that presidential election, that's just crazy. It's gone too far. It's gone too far.
Man, woo wee.
It's horrible.
Bro, I'm gonna get there's a kennel not too far from my house. They got bullies. You should get one of them motherfuckers because good God Almighty, nigga can't. Jesus Christ. Okay, Chief,
sir.
Race, creed, politics, religion. Oh, you kind of answered, but
yeah, I tapped in.
Anybody else want to get in on this? Damn.
Do you want to read Mike Brown super chat?
Oh shit. Go ahead, love.
Mike Brown, thank you for super chat, $2 towards Roe. Can't vote or not allowed to vote?
Can't.
And not allowed.
No, wait, they're not allowed. Is it not allowed to vote?
Oh, well, not allowed because we're gonna be together.
Okay,
Like
so
not allowed.
So,
okay.
Ro, you wearing the pants relationship then?
In that space, yes. Because of what I do in my profession, yes.
But you know what my life coach says? She says how you do anything is how you do everything. So it wouldn't
No,
just
that's
be
not true. That is not true.
That is true.
I like
that. Is
that.
true. That's absolutely true.
So
That's a fact.
again,
That's a fact.
of my
That's true.
because of my profession and what I do and who I work for, no, you cannot be an extremist on your end of your political spectrum.
Okay, but if you micromanage that area, there's gonna be
I'm not micromanaging. It's you do it or you don't, and if you do it, then we not together. That's not micromanaging.
So if you're controlling that area,
I'm not controlling it. I'm telling you, here's your option. You either do it, you're either doing it this way.
What's the fancy
we're not gonna be together.
So what's the fancy word for that?
We're not gonna be together.
Control.
Yeah, you're funny. Nah, so if you're controlling that area, you're gonna find an issue with some other area that you're also gonna try to have that level of control, which puts you in the leadership position. So your household will be out of order.
Damn.
So wait.
Shit like that.
Wait. So wait a minute. Wait.
Do you want a man that's gonna allow you to tell him whether he can vote or not?
I didn't allow him. I didn't say anything. We're in the process of vetting. We're in a vetting process. We're not in a household together. First of all, we're vetting each other. And if we are vetting each other and you decide that you're saying that I'm voting this presidential election, I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump because I want A, B, C, D, F, and G, and I believe in what he believes in, that's too extreme for me. I'm not going to be with you. Same thing on the Democratic side. If you are talking about that we need to spend millions of dollars to assist people in social situations where they don't have to work and things of that sort, that's too much. That's too extreme. And yes, during my vetting process, if you're talking like that, no, we're not going to be together. So
what if you're with him and he changes his mind though?
Two different things. Because at one point you said he's not allowed. Now you're saying that would be a deal breaker for you. That
is a deal breaker for me because I thought we were talking about the vetting process. I shouldn't have said that he's not allowed. We're not together. We're vetting each other. So if he is saying this and this is what he's doing, I'm not with that. We're not going to be together.
Damn. Would you? Okay, so he can't vote. So the politics is moot, kind of. Because if you tell a man he can't vote, like he's just a rat. Your dating pool is fucking, yeah, you're right. You better date everybody. You need to go to Papua New Guinea. Religion. What if he was a Muslim?
So I believe that a Muslim and a Christian can be married. I've seen it.
Huh?
I think a Muslim.
Okay, what if he was Hindu?
I've seen that as well. I'm a military brat.
Man, get the fuck in the fucking bathroom, man.
I already told y'all this. Like, I'm a military brat. I've been in different cultures,
Crazy,
situations where I've seen people in these different cultures be married.
Okay. What if it was a? Now I know you never seen this. I know you never seen this. A Christian and a Sikh.
No, I've never seen that.
So what if he was?
They usually marry each other. They don't ever.
I know that. That's why I said I know you never. I knew you couldn't finesse that one. What if he was a Sikh?
I wouldn't date a Sikh because that is not my religion. That is not something I believe in. So
do you have a fundamental belief? Do you have a fundamental belief?
This nigga hit her with the who was the first female pilot? Hey Q, he didn't hit her with the who was the first female pilot? he just hit her with that. She fucked that up though.
So I'll say it again. Same spiritual compass, y'all could be good. Or I should say, but if you have different religious beliefs and it's just that shit might not work out because to Hamp's point, when you start going to that extreme level, it's like y'all gonna be at odds because y'all shit don't align. But if y'all can align spiritually and have that agreement, like this is what we do spiritually. Yeah, maybe in a less like you could do Christian light or Christianity 2.0. You know what I mean? But it ain't gonna be that extreme. You get two extreme religions going head to head, that shit is like fucking death.
Yeah. And what about her? So, have you guys heard of ADOS?
American Descendants of Slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ADOS. We have African Americans, like for instance, like Dr. Umar, what is it called?
Pan-Africanism.
Yeah, Pan-Africanism, right? So I don't know if I could align fully with a woman that was a Pan-Africanist, because my structure is different, which would I feel like that's under creed a little bit, right? Because we're probably the same people, right? But the banner on which you fly kind of makes a difference.
I just think it's all fundamental beliefs. If you have a fundamental core belief, just like Rose said, we gave her a hard time. She has a fundamental belief that, her thing is voting. For another person, it might be religion. For another person, it might be ADOS. If you have a fundamental core belief that you're not willing to bend on, then no, it's not going to work. If you have someone that feels the exact opposite, it's not going to work at all. But if you're flexible, just like Q was saying, if you're flexible, then yeah, it'll definitely work. I'm a Trump supporter. My wife's not a Trump supporter. She can't stand when I talk about Trump. But it works because we're not like, we're not like in it to win it. We have things that
you're not
we're flexible.
Right. You're not an extremist, and you can respect each other's beliefs and morals, right?
Right.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's fair. I guess this is how deep it goes. Cause I don't know. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Let me ask this question. Alex, you straight?
Trying to hang in there.
Snowfall is over.
Ask me if I'm straight.
Tired.
Asia, nobody told you to fucking drink like a fish yesterday.
I didn't. I was on the podcast till after 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I put in 2 shifts yesterday. What you talking about?
You'll be all right. Do you need a man to vet a man and vice versa? Do you need a man to vet a man and vice versa? Go ahead, love.
I believe so. I believe it's best because we can talk that talk, right? A man can see through the BS because they talk that talk. So I would prefer, and I do prefer, the man in my life, whether it be my brother, father, whatever, to vet the man, part of the vetting process. He would be a part of it. Because again, they can see through things that I may be blind to. And then I also say on the other side, for the women's side, yes, you need us to vet because we can speak what women speak. And when we hear certain code words, we know they're on some BS. We can read between the lines, and because you all are blind to certain things. So yes.
Okay. The pleasure plug, $5 super chat. It all matters, all in caps. Alignment is a must for a life together. I think she's right on that. Chief.
Sir.
What you think? You need a man to vet a man, you need a woman to vet a woman.
Similar to Love's point, yeah, but I can say, like, as crazy as this is, like, I don't really seek I don't seek out her opinion. She'll just throw it at me. But my mom's has been 100% accurate on the women who I brought in my life. She's given her little one-liner. I think this girl is this type of girl, and I clearly didn't pay attention to it. But it's happened 4 times, and she has been spot on, and it's the craziest shit ever. They say, "Mama be knowing." You know what I'm saying? But mama knows best what that is. Yo, she has been spot on. So I don't necessarily. I like to just, introduce and whatever, and just kind of feel for them. I'm not like, Ma, I'm not sitting down and saying, Ma, what you think? Because she's gonna tell me anyway. But every time she's been spot on. I have a very tight circle of friends, like a very tight circle of friends. So shorty meet my friends. I value their opinions. So I'll take heed into what they're saying, but I don't let them. I mean, I still make my own choices, but I do, because I value their opinions. I think it's important for my partner to meet my homies.
I think part of it too. Do you have, Chief? It's kind of like a question, kind of / statement, whatever. When your people that you allow in the vetting process give you their opinion, do you things that you kind of put to the back of your mind, they bring it to the forefront because they see or thought the same thing, and so does that make you be like, yeah?
In both regards, though. Yes. So like, yeah, if it's some good stuff that I see, and they're like, yo, I see that too.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that has been paraded now, they say, like, which I'm talking to now, they've like, yo, it's not going to look how you envisioned it looking. And that's something that I have to, because I've been real big on, like, I want what I want, I like what I like, and I'm going to get what I want. But everyone who I know is happy isn't necessarily with their ideal person, or they have to make sacrifices here and there. And it's like, it's allowing me to open my mind up a little bit, because it's like, it's not going to look the way you want it to look, but you can still find the same happiness you're looking for. You dig what I'm saying?
Shanae N. Fulton with the $5 super chat. Men speak man and women. However, women might come from an emotional place when she's vetting other women, unless she your mama and she an OG. She know.
My mama for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So to answer the question, yeah, I think need is.
Go ahead. No, I wanted to kind of see what Shanae was talking about.
Okay, I'm good.
Nah, so damn. So is Shanae saying it has to be somebody that like the like, is she emotional because she has an ulterior motive? She wish it was her. Like these so-called female friends, like, do they have a different? I don't know, Adrian. Don't you have female friends still?
Yeah.
Oh, me?
Yes, sir. I do have female friends. Uh-huh.
No, not Love. We know you don't, Adrian.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Asia. I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't already. You good. Go ahead, Mr. White.
I have female friends, but I think, to Shanae's point, so I feel like women should get help from a man, but men don't need help from a woman when it comes to vetting. And I think, with her point, women tend to do things through emotion. So even a friend, they might care about you too much. Whereas a man, we literally gonna look at the facts and what they are presenting without pretty much emotions being, involved. So when I got ready to get married, I didn't care what my mama thought. I didn't care what my homegirls thought. I don't care what none of y'all thinking, because y'all don't got to live with this person, period. But with my homegirls, or with my daughters, when they get older, they got to sit with me. You know what I'm saying? That this is where the buck stops at, period. So definitely.
But I will say this: we all had an opinion about Adrian's first wife, but he didn't ask us, and she's an ex now.
And he regrets it now, Ish.
She's an ex.
Damn.
I think what
but I played a big role in messing that up too. My second wife way better though, but I played a.
But are you willing to? I mean, no disrespect to your ex, but are you willing to acknowledge that your friend group was right about her, and that you ignored what they were telling you, or you like I'm assuming they gave you defeat. They gave you what you saw.
First of all, Isha's lying on the low, right? Because when I'm gonna tell you why. Because y'all gave me y'all opinions after I was married. I just up and got married and then told everybody. Like, people didn't know. I literally decided in July, married her in August.
And that was he didn't vet her correctly, because had he vetted her and had he looked at his family, some of us, then he wouldn't have married her. But Adrian got married off of emotions that he talking about women are too emotional. He got married off of emotions and circumstance.
Yo, hey, I would love to talk to you. I would love to talk to you about this.
Because she had my kids. That's not an emotional decision. That's me wanting to be in the home with my kids. It's because I didn't want another man to raise them. That's not an emotional decision at all.
How did that work out for you?
It worked out perfect now, because look where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Look at
Shit like that.
Yeah, don't put me in the back.
Be Love with the $2 super chat. T, what up? Be Love with the $2 super chat. Why have someone vet what you want? T, can you answer this question?
Because we're emotional. We like what we like. We love what we love. I mean, it's just like in the same situation with Adrian. You know, like if Adrian was sure about wife number one, then he was sure, but everyone else wasn't. So, I mean, what you want is what you want. And if you're so focused on it, you're not going to give a damn about what other people say.
So is she right then? Is Be Love correct?
I don't think so. I think it goes back to Love's point.
Hold on. Let Terrence he marinating. Go ahead.
My bad.
I think he's frozen.
But yeah, I thought you opened back up to the floor, so my bad.
Yeah, I think Terrence was frozen.
He's frozen. He good. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think she is right.
You think she's right? You saying it's no need to have vetted because you ain't listening no way.
Exactly.
Hey, I think he got a point.
But I think we go into situations with like blinders on sometimes, and sometimes like our friends know us better than we know sometimes ourselves, or they want what's best for us. So if they can vet them, like, nah, this is not what you deserve better. Just like I'm sure Adrian's like invited me and my friend to his house. I know Adrian wants to vet him. Adrian will be like, "Oh, you're too good for this," because he knows what I want, what my worth is. But at the moment, like I'm probably operating in my flesh. I know my flesh, like, you know.
Come on here, flesh. Come on here.
No word. But that shit is cool though. Like, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's a joke, Camp. Dang him. It's a joke. Goodness sakes. Lighten up. After 11 p.m.
I'm calling chaotic right now.
Hilarious.
Y'all. But
I think most. Oh, go ahead, Ham.
Go ahead, Q.
No, I think most of the panel has been capping, and I disagree with what Sinead was saying too. But with respect, I don't. No, let me land though. I don't think that the vetting process, as far as getting a man or a woman involved, is necessary, because people are going to see what they want to see, right? So let's say you take the emotion out of it, to Shanae's point, from a woman. Yeah, that woman might be coming from a space of jealousy or whatever, right? But what about niggas that be equally as jealous? What about niggas that don't even process because they could give a fuck? Like, I know niggas that have given other niggas the cosign, and the nigga a trash nigga, but it's because he cool with them. What kind of shit is that?
That's why I said brother, or like trusted. Maybe I should have said the word trusted.
But they are trusted in that space. They are trusted in that space. But they it's still like, that ain't helping your situation, because now you go fuck with this nigga and he been a trash nigga. It was the women who probably saw more of his trash ways than the men.
Okay, cute.
So it's like, but then when you start inviting everybody's opinion, and you already shutting that person out from the beginning, so that person could be in an emotionally immature space that they're growing through, right? They could have that potential, but you're already shutting them out because you're so concerned for the validation of other people. Yeah. I think second girl said had power. Why is somebody else vetting or approving people for you, for what you want?
It's not necessarily an approval, though. Let me say, for me, vetting is a part.
Last part. I'm sorry, love. Then I'll let you.
My bad.
And I don't also think that mothers are the key either. I mean, no disrespect, Chief.
No, I said that, but I'm just saying the time she has spoken, she's been on point.
Yeah, because you got a lot of women out there who have very close-knit relationships to their children. And you have a lot of, for the women, you have a lot of mama's boys out there. So she could be coming again from that same space of jealousy and just saying she sees certain things, or again, seeing surface level things, but the core of that person is genuine. You're going to constantly miss out on somebody that could be a potential wife or husband. So I just think everybody was capping. But
so To co-sign Love's point and get back at it, like she was saying how like they can oftentimes see things that we don't see, or women know women better than men know women. And I'll give you an example. I had a friend of mine, this was moons ago, but I remember I sat with her for like 15 minutes and she's texting back and forth with this dude, and I swear on my kids, I predicted the 15 minutes of text message of what he would say. He was just like a regular stereotypical nigga saying the same shit that all niggas say, and ended up, dogging her out in the end. But I'm like, I saw this off the rip, but she didn't, because she was so, happy to be meeting a new dude, and yada, fell into the beginning, the newness of it all. But like, I was able to call out that shit, call it out like that, right off the rip. So I think, to your point, it's not necessary, but it is very much so helpful.
But I don't think it is, because what is the value of that if you're going to constantly look to other people? You get what I'm saying? Like, should you not carry enough discernment within yourself to be able to know who you're getting close to?
I look at it as, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I didn't hear the last part, Q.
I think it's more important for you to have enough discernment for yourself than to say, oh, I let my friend judge and assess this person. You know what I mean? Like, to that point, yeah, we all got them relationships where people came to us after the fact or during and was like, yo, watch out for this. But it's like, realistically, we should have had our own set of discernment.
And we have, but is that to say that you don't value or respect or appreciate your friends' opinions?
That you shouldn't, though. That's their opinion. They're not living with you. They're not fucking that person.
And it's not
because when you start doing that, you become those people who let outside voices into your relationship later on.
I don't know if I wholeheartedly. I understand it. I don't know if I wholeheartedly agree with that though.
Yeah, I think it's too much.
Hey yo, Q, you remind me of somebody who been hated on a lot by friends, yo.
No, not.
But I just friends
probably would think that. Yeah.
Q, you know what I hate about these niggas? They act like they never seen the best man. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
What does that mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Best man, y'all never seen Paid in Full. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm not saying these niggas make decisions for me.
Right. I've never said they approve anything. That's how I didn't want to cut you off. I was trying to respect. I didn't want to cut her off, but I never said approve. It is more because I know I can have blinders. And again, when I said to Chief, there may be some things that I saw and noticed that I didn't really bring to the forefront. I kind of packed them away. And if somebody else sees them, a trusted advisor, trusted individual, because I trust their counsel, I trust their opinion, not to make the decision, but I trust their opinion. And they be like, oh, that's confirmation. Okay, I did see that too. And then we have a conversation. It's definitely not an approval process. It is, what do you think? And again, and it's not like I'm sitting them there with a panel across. And it's more situational. I think Pam even said it one time, bring them around regular situations when y'all just hanging out so they can hear each other talk and just interact with one another and see how it all, falls out.
If you present a bias to a person who's already on your side and they give you confirmation of it,
why are you presenting a bias? I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's that. Well, I'm telling you what, in real life, you're presenting only your side of the facts, how you see them and how you experience them, to a person who's already biased because they're already your friend and they have zero investment in the other person. So they'd be like, damn, I thought I was thinking that. Well, you painted the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ham.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ham, I meet a shorty. You know the shorty. I don't know nothing about her. You be like, Ayo, Chief, she used to go on so-and-so and she dogged homie out. I'm not supposed to take heed to that?
Because it's good. I'm glad you said it like how you said it. You met her. Yo, you know her. She from where I'm from, right? But you're like, yo, what you know about X, whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
That's so early. I'm like, nah, bro. That's all I need to say. I don't even got to tell you nothing else. But now, if you want some Huggy Bear shit with her, 2 years later, I see you. I'm like, yo, Chief, you know her? Oh, yeah, that's my... I'm like, yo, bro. She was the one. You know what I'm saying? On the swing set at 10 o'clock at night, get it popping.
No doubt.
That's going to be harder for you to be like, oh, him, I ain't... Because you invested. So yeah, very early, if I have some insight that you don't have, but you talking about, damn, I thought I know it. It's just a different ball game.
So we put a specific scenario around it, but I'm saying if you told me off the rip in the beginning, like, yo, shorty was, out here dogging my mans out before, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take heed to that. I might, test the waters, but I'm like, my man told me this. I'm keeping my eye open for that. It's not like I'm be like, nah, Hamp said you ain't shit. It's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying?
I think if it's very preliminary, I think it's easier to be like, yo, I'm out of here. I might get some cheeks and move on. But yo, listen, I thought at first, I ain't gonna hold you. I thought that I was thinking like, yo, yeah, we need people to vet. But when Q was talking, what Isha said, even Asia's last point, motherfuckers ain't presenting real cases. This shit, real cases, real shit like Judge Judy, man. This shit already saw. They just got it up there on TV. Shanae and Fulton with the $2 super chat. Can we ask Rock? Because what were we asking her? It's been so long ago.
I think wise counsel is always good for being a part of the vetting process. Like Shanae said, wise counsel. It shouldn't be all your friends. Maybe your grandmother, and you have your own discernment, of course, but definitely, because like Mike Brown said in his next super chat, he is correct. Other cultures use their family as vetting, as part of the vetting process. That is part of their religion. That is part of their culture. And I think that's important, but it's always wise counsel. It's not everybody.
But it's also very preliminary to them getting invested with each other.
Exactly.
You know, the family is a large part of the process. It's built in, right? Because the value has to be there too.
Yeah.
Be love with the $2 super chat. Maybe pray for God to show you instead of people.
He's a part of the process too.
Yeah.
Word. Yeah.
No, the fuck he not. I talked to that nigga yesterday. He ain't heard from y'all niggas in a long time.
He hears from me every day, all day. I'm about your God.
Hey, shorty, God said you ain't shit. God said you ain't for me.
So Mike Brown super chat $5. Isn't it our? I want to read it because he did pay for it. Isn't it our problem?
Let me read it. Good God.
Our problem as a
still
culture.
gonna be bad. I mean,
Mike
he's still
Brown
running poorly.
Mike Brown with the $5 super chat. Isn't our problem a culture? Is that when we don't get counsel? Good God Almighty! What
Isn't it our problem as a culture? Is that we don't get counsel? Other cultures have to talk to such and such person before doing anything. To Q's point.
Don't embarrass me, Mike.
I know. I tried to give you props, Mike, and said you're right, but I couldn't even halfway read it. My apologies. Misspellings, typos.
Come on now, y'all can't. You from where I'm from? You gotta be. You can read ebonics too, nigga.
Get his tongue while he. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Mike's right to Q's point. And I got one more super chat. Oh, Shanae. Let's not cap everyone. Get some sort of approval from friends and family. That's why you bring them around and meet everyone. But ultimately, you make the final decision.
Yeah, Q.
Thank you, Nay. Thank you, Nay.
That's
Thank
y'all.
you, Nay.
Yeah, Q.
Y'all bugging with that.
Q is right.
Thank you, Nay.
At the end of the day, people gonna say whatever. You may be catching that person on a day where they got a headache and they're just like, I don't fucking like her. I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, yo, so if they feel that way, wow. Now you sitting there stressing.
We ain't leaving. We ain't leaving talking about Q. Yeah, like we ain't leaving like Q said you ain't. I can't rock with you. Like, you know what? Let me keep that in mind.
So let me ask you this. Y'all up there capping. So what is the point of y'all asking them?
Exactly.
No, go ahead.
To potentially identify things I haven't seen or validate things that I've been thinking about.
Right. So you're going to create something mentally that's going to fuck you up in the end. That's what I'm saying.
How you figure?
The bias, my nigga. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm bugging.
You start believing the shit that you think. You start seeing shit. You like, oh, shorty left the fucking McDonald's bag on the counter. They said that she was going to do nasty shit. That's what you're
y'all digging too deep into that shit. Listen, like I said.
But let me ask you, are you single right now?
Yes.
That's so. Okay. It's a reason for that.
No. I mean, I'm kicking it with somebody, but I'm not in a relationship.
Are you single right now?
Am I single?
There's no title on the relationship I'm in. Yes.
Hold on, let me
Mike Brown with a $2 super chat. Give me a break. My bad, Mike.
So y'all gonna be single for a minute because y'all letting other motherfuckers vet for y'all.
No, I was trying.
Nah, you got you looking at it from.
I'm not single because I let somebody vet, and again, not approve, But because I allowed someone to vet for real, I shouldn't have got married. Because if I'd have let that nigga get vetted through my family first,
right?
I would have got married and did all that nonsense.
They would have married that
Yeah, but
nigga.
y'all be capping, and I gotta call y'all on cap because y'all agreeing with Shanae, but she used the words approval.
So ain't nobody co-sign. Nobody in your circle co-sign Shanae.
No,
I ain't
Not
talking
for
to you,
me.
nigga.
Not for me. Not for me to be with her where I'm at right now.
It ain't about you making a decision based off what they say, but nobody gave you their perspective on that.
Oh yeah, people are always gonna have an opinion, right? But who gives a fuck?
Yeah, people.
That's my point.
Do you think from our previous question about
they could be like, oh, I like her. That's great. I love her. That I don't give a fuck if you like her because you could not like her tomorrow based off of something that I may say, and it goes back to Ham's point. It creates that bias. I could give a fuck about your opinion wholeheartedly.
Okay, so so let me talk real quick. Yes or no? Do you identify yourself as a family-oriented person?
I do.
Okay. If Nay's immediate family didn't fuck with you at all, would you have a problem with that?
I sure the fuck wouldn't.
So that's a double-edged sword right there because you can't identify as family-oriented and negate her fucking family.
How is that?
It don't work that way. It don't work that way.
What do we?
But that doesn't mean I carry the same principles in my own family.
Hey, and so be it. So then you can't identify as family-oriented, is what I'm saying. Like family is huge to me. If her mom and pop don't fuck with me, I have a sincere problem with continuing that relationship.
Okay, then that's personal shit. That's not what I'm on. It's a me and her relationship. Them motherfuckers gonna die one day. No disrespect to her parents. They're gonna die off one day.
No, for sure.
Me and her. I could give a fuck.
I get that, but
what about the kids? What if you have children from
fuck them kids? No, what happened? No, what was you saying? Go ahead. I'm fucking with you, bro. Go ahead.
If you have children, I was just talking to one of my friends. What if your kids are feeling some type of way around that person? Is that not also part of the vetting process?
I do my best to try to make it as cordial as possible, as loving as possible. If my babies don't get along with this person, it's going to be very hard for me to continue a relationship.
Right.
That's just me.
Right. So that's part of vetting as well.
I still stand on it, Ro, because some of them little motherfuckers be wanting to just break shit apart because of jealousy.
That's true.
I
agree with that.
We're intuitive enough to know that, though. We're intuitive enough to know the difference between that, though.
Are you really that intuitive, though?
Yeah, I know my children, yes.
So you don't need nobody to fucking vet for you then.
I didn't say I did. I said I respect their opinions. I'm not bringing Shorty to your crib going, Q, yes or no? Q say no. Q said no, it's a wrap for you. No, like, that ain't how it's working.
Then you don't need their opinion, though. So it's the same. All right, go ahead.
So, we just gonna have to agree to disagree.
Oh shit.
Actually.
We love with the $2 super chat. What if the fan doesn't approve? I think that was getting answered as you asked it. Let me ask you a couple questions. So you said how many I told you so did your mom hit you with, Chief?
4. It wasn't I told you so. It was just kind of like she said something and I heard what she said and just did my own thing. Again, not taking heed to what she said. I did my own thing, but in the long run, she was spot on.
Okay. Asia, have you ever been through an I told you so in a relationship?
Yes.
Gunny,
you ever had one of those?
Yeah, I've definitely been through that, but it's my life to live. So
yeah,
it's
I'm
my life to live.
I want to ask this question, Isha. Yes.
No, my family actually loved my ex-husband, and I was like, "Yo, y'all tripping." But that's because I wasn't telling them everything too. So you know,
you did kind of right, in my opinion, bro. You ever had I told you so, a honey bun moment?
Yes.
Yeah. How about you, T?
Yep.
And the key is because I'm just furthering Q's point. Chief, you probably the greatest example of what motherfuckers say don't fucking matter.
What you mean?
You continue to move forward with these people because you wanted them. So good gracious. You guys good? Can I finish?
Who said something?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I know you niggas, man.
We nobody said anything.
You saw it. You know what I'm talking about. So I just think that really, really furthers the point. We don't heed none of that information. So it's just like.
But him.
What I just tell you? What I just tell you? What did I just tell you? See, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm doing. You
So
tried
my-
you tried to play dummy last time you tried
Oh
to
my
talk
gosh,
while I was
because you're
talking.
taking too many pauses. Oh my god.
Me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You should have never said that. Watch next. Okay. Let me show you what a pause look like.
Can I just say because
no,
I didn't
no. It was actually Gunny turn. But the point is, we don't heed none of that information. We may hear it, but we may catalog it in the back of our heads. But at the end of the day, it has a bias to it. People come from different what their lens is that day. Like Q said, they could have had diarrhea all day. Now you asking them about some nigga that they don't give a fuck about. My sister, she had a this nigga come in, she like, this is such a, I'm like, this nigga got a Timberland shirt on. Timberland shirts. Hell nah. Like, that was it. It ain't nothing else mattered, bro.
Hairline, everything. Edge up, how to edge up.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yep.
It's a wrap. So Q point is valid. Gunny, you want to finish your point before the two in the top middle rudely interrupt you?
No, I think the source is very important. I understand what Q is saying, I understand what Chief is saying too, but the trusted source is very important. Chief talked about it earlier. He's got a really tight circle of friends. So, like for my situation, my parents have been married 53 years. So if I'm going to get relationship advice from anyone, I'm going to get it from them because they've been in it. But at the same time, they're not the ultimate authority on what I'm going to do in my life. I'm going to highly consider what they say. But what they say is very important, and I think we're being dishonest when we say that we don't listen to anyone when it comes to the person that we choose. I think if we have a circle of at least one or two people, we gotta listen to somebody. We have to consider it.
But Gunny, is that relationship advice from married people who have shown success in marriage, or is that valuing their opinion about what they've assessed from somebody on surface level that you're presenting to them?
I think it's a little bit of both. I do. I think it's a little bit of both, and I think both points are definitely valid. They have more leeway to give me a point to give me advice on the second point that you brought up because they've been married for 53 years. For somebody that hasn't been married, no disrespect to anyone that hasn't, I'm sorry. I'm not going to you for relationship advice if you're not in a relationship. It doesn't matter who you are and how close you are to me. You can't give me advice on how to make money if you're broke. You can't give me advice on how to lose weight if you're fat. You get it.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I keep calling cap on y'all, because y'all sitting here co-signing people that y'all fully agree with. So never, not once did Chief ever say the people that he's taking that counsel from have had successful marriages. So it could have been everything that you just named, but you're like, to his point. Now, you're not speaking to his point at all. You just came up with some whole different shit. That's a whole different thing.
You didn't agree with Chief.
That's great advice.
So does that matter, Q?
Advice from somebody on how a relationship should be structured because they've done it successfully, they've mastered it. That's genius, right? But if you just, I'm going to bring you to my friends and this person and that person, then people ain't got shit to show for they self. What the fuck does their opinion matter?
I agree with that. You're right. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Basically. Go ahead, Chief. You had a question?
So no, to the point of like them being married or not or in a significant relationship, does that matter if I value and trust their opinion?
Yes.
Yes.
It does matter. Yeah, it does.
Wise counsel.
So
right.
So my very best friend, who he happens to be married, but who is married, tells me something, and I shouldn't take heed to his advice whether he was married or not because I trust him.
You have experience, Chief.
No doubt, but I'm talking. I'm not talking about in the middle of my fucking relationship. I bring my new shorty over, yo, check it out. Let me know what you think. Do you think we a good fit? How's the vibe? What you see? Because I don't see my, like, you know what I'm saying? They see how we interact. How she, they picked up on how she looking at me or whatever. Like, that's good information to have.
Right.
But what can I do to pick the best person to have a healthy relationship like yours? Or what can I do to pick the best person to have a healthy relationship unlike yours? There's a huge difference between the two.
Yeah, they just saying she cool and she vibing. I mean, that's
right.
Very superficial. Like, it just doesn't have a lot of value. I mean, if we can make it something for tangible that we understand, why does Coach Prime get so many players? Because people regard him as the best football player to ever live. So who do you go learn from? The best football player to ever live. Like, I mean, that's why that's what happens in all facets and forms. When people talk about getting money, if in no respect, no disrespect to Hove, but if it's Hove sitting there or Warren Buffett, you probably gonna go holler at Warren. But I mean, there's levels to everything.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's just the key point. But yeah, you can get some superficial shit from somebody.
A lot of y'all niggas just don't got real friends. How about that? Let's call let's call a spade a spade. A lot of y'all niggas don't got real friends. That's what the real shit is.
Say that, Steve. Say that.
What are you talking about? Asia got new friends every 6 months.
First of all, you're making this up and you're lying on this good Wednesday evening.
You see Ro left. You see Ro left.
She got to use the bathroom. That means nothing. I don't have new friends. Are you crazy? I don't even call everybody friends. I'm not one of these little kids. It seems like Be Love, $2 super chat. Thank you, Be Love. It seems like confirmation and not vetting.
Oh yeah, I think it's fair because they ain't digging. They just what you tell them is what they go off. Yeah, if that's what she's trying to say.
But there are also those times where you don't have to tell them anything. They can see how you are responding to something or how you're behaving. And like, well, you're not behaving like yourself. You're being somebody else for this man, and I don't think that's who you truly are, and I don't think that's a good look for you.
Yeah.
But Isha, at that point, is that your problem or his? Like, is that something to change about yourself?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying, but there's still that counsel from that friend saying, okay, well, if you feel like you need to be somebody else for this man, then you don't need to be with him.
Right. But at that point, you don't need to be with nobody. You need to go back and get some more stuff worked out within you.
And she needs to hear that from her friend too. That's the point. But she needs to hear that from her friend because she wouldn't have seen it without her friend.
But that has nothing to do with him as far as like the vetting stuff.
Agreed. But it's still maybe vetting the relationship then. Like it's still assessing the relationship. And so you're not seeking that approval for that person as an individual. It's more about, hey, this is what I'm thinking. So I think her friend that Isha was talking about just now assessed the relationship. Ultimately, it was on, Isha be like, girl, would you really want this? Because I don't see you being who you really are. But I still think that's wise counsel, though, Q.
I don't think so. I think it's like you're not making the woman accountable in that scenario. Like, so basically, she's telling her that he's the problem because he's making her be a way that she usually isn't.
I didn't take it
not
that
the
way.
person; it's the relationship. The relationship is not working.
And what it actually is denial. So Isha, just using that hypothetical, you're in denial at that point. Mm-hmm. You know it, you see it, you just refuse to believe it. That's a you problem.
That's what
and that's fine. And that's fine. Like she's not denying that either. That's fine. But it's still wouldn't man have been called out when it did if she wouldn't have brought him around inside her relationship with that friend. Is all I'm saying. So
it didn't need to be called out. She already knew it.
But you might have been longer though. I'm sorry, I'm speaking.
But like B-Love said, it's confirmation and not vetting. But sometimes you do need that friend to confirm, like, girl, you tripping.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Any final thoughts on this specifically? All right, man. Hey, show some love. You did a great job, man. Damn, this is an interesting topic. I feel like I got like 4 more questions up here too, but we got to
run it back next week.
Yeah, when we fresh. We also got to do social media part 2 too. So, listen, man. I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Isha, final thought.
Girl, run that man through your people. They might got some insight that you don't see.
Word. Q.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the opposite of what Isha just said. Stop getting just anybody. No, but seriously though, yeah, men, be very careful and start doing y'all research more on these narcissistic women because they do exist. So make sure you can recognize the signs and get the fuck away from them as quickly as possible.
Word. Terrence.
Stick to your gut, man. Stick to your gut.
No doubt. Bro,
apply your standards and do not be afraid to create a vetting process. That's the most important thing is you do need one.
word. Gunny,
Salute to the panel. Great conversation, y'all.
word. Love.
I believe the vetting process is important. It's an approval process. Having trusted advisors and counsel around you, aka good quality, high vibrational friends, is very important. And living your truth, y'all.
Word. Chief.
Stand firm in the decisions you make. It is okay to seek outside opinions. Carry yourself with confidence and allow your partner to have a conversation in public without you slapping other people. And I took a little note down earlier that kind of, I didn't bring it up here, but we got to touch back on this. But a lot of the women said that they were comfortable telling their man he needed to lose weight. But I remember a couple conversations ago, they weren't comfortable telling their homegirls that. It's a double standard. Let's talk about it.
I mean, y'all ain't goddamn as smart as you think you are. You're not as pretty as you think you are. You're not as in shape as you think you are. Y'all need to humble down a little bit. And I'm saying, yeah, I'm talking about us. I'm talking about motherfuckers in the chat and everything. Wise counsel this and high vibrational that. Motherfucker, y'all niggas ain't that damn deep. Right? Do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Work hard. Control what you can control. And when you get an opportunity for somebody who you think gonna take you personal, lean into that shit. You know what red flags look like. You know what things that aren't palatable to you, right? But we like so many other things. We think the pros outweigh the cons. But you can't, if you can't sustain those cons with that person for a long period of time, you need to do a deep dive into yourself and assess that, right? That shit don't work as well as we want it to work. I think Q is right when she's saying to each his own in terms of the world. There's a lot of people do shit around me that I don't like or I don't submit to or subscribe to, but we can function. But in a house on a daily basis, it's highly improbable that we're going to be successful. But we both got to remain humble and work on this shit together. All this fucking high vibration. I'm so fucking ain't that damn smart. I got a 1330 on my SATs. Just math and fucking reading. Y'all niggas had the paragraph that got you that much. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.
For the record.